me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere, you know I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gateway High School, where today you saw a backyard brawl last night. You're going to see one today, too, as the visiting Woodland Hills Wolverines, dressed in all white, take on the Gateway Gators, dressed in all black, in a non-conference matchup. My name is Michael Costa. Welcome to our broadcast. Joining me today, former Woodland Hills running back, Craig Thomas. Craig, how are you doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful. Great to be here with you on a beautiful night here in Western Pennsylvania, Friday night under the lights here. Woodland Hills comes out on defense, trying to restore the roar, and Gateway throws the ball deep over the right side, tried to hit the receiver in the seam, had a man open, but it looks like he overthrew him. Great defense by Woodland Hills.
Yeah, so in this game, it's actually strength on strength. The junior quarterback for the Gators, number 12, Brad Birch, the leading passer in the WPIL last year, going up against this deep, experienced Woodland Hills defense, especially in the secondary. Really looking forward to that matchup here tonight.
Absolutely. Second down for Gateway. Looks like a fake and a screen. Gateway gets the ball, and he's gone. It looks like he's out the gate, chased down the left sideline and pushed out of bounds by the Wolverines. Big game by the Gators starting out there.
Yeah, one thing Brad Birch is excellent at, as we saw last year, he's really good at that run-pass option where he has the option to hand the ball off to the running back or pull it out and pass it depending on the defensive end. In this case, it's Kellen McDonough and Cruz McMillan, so we'll see if they're able to keep that up for the rest of the game.
Another pass. It looks like Gators are slinging the ball around the field there. Woodland Hills comes up, keeps it to a minimum gain of about 3 yards. So welcome to another season. Me and Big Red, Mike Costa. Good to have you, sir, and good to be with you here. Another season of football, high school football division on Roxamore Sports Network.
It's wonderful to be here, and it's wonderful to be playing here at Gateway again, because when the WPIL redid their divisions, they took Woodland Hills and Gateway out of the same section, and they at least gave them non-conference, so the bragging rights are still up for grabs.
So just like we had that matchup last night down at Aki Stadium, we got a backyard brawl once again here. Got a lot of players here, both of these schools that know each other, grew up in the same area, so this is a big rivalry here for these kids, and great to see them playing this once again.
Absolutely. It is
So it looks like the Gators got the ball up the middle on a run, gets it ahead for a first down, lined up in the pistol, hands the ball off again, big hole up the middle on the right side, gain ahead for about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, Gateway known for their passing, especially with Brad Birch, but do not count out their rushing ability, especially last week.
So once again, we are here in Gateway High School. We're 7.5 miles. Schools are about 7.5 miles apart. big rivalry here. A lot of Division I players coming out of both schools. Great time to watch. Option pitch, and they have him. Looks like Wolverines sniffed that pitch out. Takes him down for a loss of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, beautiful read of the option there by senior Tommy Drake. And if he wasn't going to get him, the man who made the stop at the goal line last week, Kellen McDonough, he was there to clean him up.
So both these teams come in undefeated. Both of them are 1-0. Woodland Hills won last week against York, and Gateway won last week against North. Pass down the middle. Great reception by the young man. Gateway won last week against Mount Lebanon. So both of them played up, and it was a great play there, great pass, and looks like Gateway is on the move here.
Just a beautiful catch there, shades of last night down at Acrisure Stadium as Gateway lines up here, ready to go.
Ball is out, and it looks like they called him down. The ball came out late there, and the referee called him down. So,
and we also want to let our viewers know, due to some spacing issues, for lack of a better term, the Woodland Hills coaches are right next to us. So if you do hear some hooting and hollering, you know, we don't have rowdy fans next to us. We have the Woodland Hills coaching staff. And on that last play, Craig, what happened was the Gateway runner fumbled the ball, but he actually rolled him down as they're going to run the option here. Cruz McMillan with a good job. Didn't bring him down, but he wrapped him up and eventually threw him and brings up a short 3rd and 1 here for the Gators.
Yeah, so it's 3rd down right now. 1 yard to go for the Gators. Coming out with a big drive. They got the kickoff and got the ball started out about the 17-yard line, and they've been moving the ball methodically down the field. Fakes the ball, and he throws a little quick out. Receiver has a lot of green in front of him. Looks like they have a penalty on the play. Looks like it's going to be a hold. That play might be coming back. Let's see what the ref says.
Yeah, we see Noah Hutcherson pointing back, and we see the coaches for Woodland Hills up here. They are, you know, they were pretty adamant that there was at least holding.
Oh, yes.
That's a first that's ever happened.
So we'll see if they call a holding. It looks like it.
But if anything else, the holding was past the 1st down marker, so that will change the downs here.
What a beautiful night for football here. We had a great night last night for football. Local team, University of Pittsburgh versus West Virginia, and a great game there. A lot of players go to those schools. Looks like we do have a holding on the Gators. That's going to march them back. And that's going to be a 3rd down there.
So the holding was actually down much closer down the field, and it is a 1st down for the Gators since it was past the 1st down marker. Yeah, because that holding call is called from the spot of the foul, not from the line of scrimmage.
Took a pass, a screen again. Looks like there's a host of Wolverines there. Looked like there could have been a block in the back there, but it wasn't called. No flag. Good play by the Wolverine defense to hold them to a 2-yard gain there.
Yeah, Noah Hutcherson had the first shot at the running back. Unfortunately, you know, he was blocked, but the freshman Zakir Moore comes up from his linebacker spot and makes the original tackle. And when we talk about Zakir Moore, 6'2", 200-pound freshman. Look for him to be an asset here tonight.
Handoff up the middle. The Gators go off the left side, and he's met by a host of Wolverines there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. Gators on a march here. Come out the gate, moving the ball down the field. Looks like the Wolverines are going to have to stiffen up. Coach Boster is going to have to draw something up to stop this opening drive.
Yeah, Gateway, known for their high-powered offenses, great use of the RPO by head coach Don Hall. Let's see what they draw up here.
Handoff once again, and they take him down. He's going to be very close to the 1st down. It looks like Jaquan Reynolds goes over the left side for the Gators, less than a yard. It's going to bring up a big 4th down.
Oh, Gateway's definitely going to go for it. Although they do have a good kicker on their roster with Cole Plaxton. They do have a solid kicker like the Wolverines do, but they're definitely going to go for it here early on.
Quarterback sneak taken by number 8. He goes up under center. I thought that was Remy Bowes that took the snap. And looks like he gets the ball ahead for a 1st down for the Gators.
Yeah, he definitely had enough for the 1st down, but unfortunately for the Wolverines, they stopped him and pushed him back, but the forward progress makes it a 1st and goal situation from just inside the 10-yard line.
The Gators come out with 3 wides. Quarterback in the shotgun formation, little motion to the right, throws a bubble screen to the left, and he's met there by a host of Wolverine defenders. Great defense there by the Wolverines.
These Wolverines, the defensive strength is in the secondary with a lot of experience coming back from last year. Young experience, if that, and they all saw the screen, were able to break off their tackles and run in as now the Wolverines make some changes along the defensive line.
Here we are with 2nd down and goal for the Gators. Quarterback draw, and he walks in unabated. Touchdown.
Yeah, Birch did a wonderful job there of pretending like he was going to pass and take it in for the early 6. Methodical drive there by the Gators. Not too many big plays, but you could say death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, the Wolverines are going to have to get back to better assignment football there. And if Birch is going to take that ball and run, they're going to have to assign a man to him and make sure they tackle him. Don't give him the opportunity there. The extra point is down and up for the Gators. It's good and good. So with 5 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock here in the 1st quarter, Gateway Gators lead the Woodland Hills Wolverines 7-0.
Yeah, the Wolverines were able to play some good defense on there and not let the big play kill them. Unfortunately, one thing you have to deal with is just the way that Brad Birch, the 6'1", 185-pound junior quarterback, the way he runs this offense with all the weapons he has. And like you mentioned, keep the spy on him, keep one of your middle linebackers, or, in this case, maybe not nickelback, Noah Hutcherson, but you keep an eye on him just to make sure, because he has the ability to use those legs of his and get out there and extend plays or run in from the touchdown from 6 yards out like we saw moments ago.
So he definitely is a good player. You'll see this guy playing probably Division I. You said he had a couple offers, one from
He has one his freshman year while attending Jeanette. He got an offer from the Oregon Ducks, and since then the other offer he picked up was from Akron.
Okay, the Zips. So look forward to Wolverines' answer. They'll get the ball back right here, and they'll come out on offense, and we'll see what Coach Bosser draws up and try to get this game back to even here in a beautiful, beautiful, almost end of summer night here, Western Pennsylvania football, 2 powerhouse programs here. Ball's taken at the 10-yard line, up the left side. He has a little gap and a seam, and he runs the ball. Almost broke loose there.
And that is the freshman sensation, Scoop Smith.
Scoop Smith.
We talk about him using his speed. You want to get him in space, and one of the ways to do it is by having him return these kickoffs, punts, and it's not just the football field he's excelling in. He has not played a game of basketball yet for the Wolverines, but he already has a Division I basketball offer from Stony Brook.
Okay, Scoop Smith is the nephew of Woodland Hills star running back Jackie Jackson. So he comes from good lineage. We look for big things from that young man. Wolverines take over on offense and run up the left side and run into a wall of Gators, led by, looks like, number 8, Remy Bowes on a tackle, and a host of Gators.
Yeah, that was last week's star, Elijah Nesby. He's not getting 70 yards on this play like he did last week. He ran into a wall as it brings up 2nd down and 9. That pass is completed from Austin Wells to Sonny McClinton, but it's behind the sticks. They weren't able to get the screen game set up, and the Wolverines here in a hole early.
Yeah, it looks like the Gators were ready for that play early. And that puts Wolverines behind the sticks there. And that's going to make it a 3rd down and looks like about 14 yards to go there. 3rd and 15.
Yeah, we all know the strength of Woodland Hills historically is their running game. Within the last decade, they have switched to, more of a spread formation like you see now with 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. And we'll see if Austin Wells, we can move a little bit. And he's brought down for the sack.
Yes.
Didn't have a lot of time there as some old bad habits are appearing for the Wolverines at the worst time.
So once again, Austin Wells drops back the pass, and he's taken down as it looks like the Wolverines tried to set up a screen. That drive did not go as planned. That drive went backwards, so they're going to have to come out with a stop here, get behind early.
But now one thing, Craig, Woodland Hills has this year that they haven't really had is a pure punter in freshman Jacob Mraz. We saw last week as a penalty flag comes in.
Well, good thing the penalty flag did come in, because that kick looked like that might have been blocked.
It might have been blocked, but I also believe the Wolverines players stopped because they heard the whistle. So we'll see what the call is here. And it's encroachment on the Gators, so it gives the Wolverines 5 more yards, so it gives Mraz a little bit more room to work with here.
Yeah.
Mraz in pressure.
Already tipped once again. Looks like the ball was tipped. I'm not sure if they got a piece of it, but there's a flag on the play.
So they didn't get a tip on it, but they were able to get a piece of Mraz. So now we have to see if this is going to be the 5-yard running into the kicker or the personal foul version, which would give the Wolverines a 1st down. So we'll see what the officials say here. But good job under pressure by the freshman to stay in there. And we see the Wolverine offense coming back onto the field. So it looks like they will be getting a second chance here.
Well, once again, as we said on the prior play, that they had a lot of pressure on them. And it came true the very next play. And they almost blocked the punt once again.
Yeah, but so
they're back out. The Wolverines are back out. So looks like they'll get a 1st down there.
So actually, no, I do take that back. It was actually that's on me for assuming, but Mraz takes the kick, and he much more cleaner pocket and a beautiful kick with airtime, and see if it can take a Wolverine bounce. It does, and that ball dies right before the 30. So, much better punt, but that penalty was running into the kicker, not the personal foul version. So apologies on the play for giving you some incorrect information. But now Gateway takes the ball over.
Gators take over there, and they are, once again, great field position. So we'll see what the Wolverines come out with in this second drive to try to slow the Gators down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't able to see this first quarter because looking down at the stands, there's still 2 massive lines to get into this game. So if you're in line, you don't want to wait, turn on the Roxamore Sports Network. We got you covered.
So Birch is out again at quarterback. His fast break offense. 2 wides to the left, 2 wides to the right stack. And it looks like he throws the ball to the receiver. Receiver tried to do a double pass, and ball comes up incomplete. Good thing the Wolverines had pressure because they had a receiver running wide open down the sideline.
They did have a receiver wide open, but Steven Jenkins did a great job of recognizing the play, and he's able to get to the second Gator who was going to throw the pass. But even so, there were still 3 Wolverines within the vicinity. So let's see if the Wolverines can capitalize on their opportunity here.
It brings up 2nd down. Birch is at quarterback, throws the ball off to the left, wide open. Receiver takes the ball, and he goes up the sideline, and it looks like he's knocked out, but looks like we have laundry on the field, so we'll get the call here.
Yeah, Noah Hutcherson, apparently these Gators just want to give him a big hug because he's been getting held all game so far, and he even points back, so he knows that this play is going to back it up more for the Gators.
That was Inez Jordan on a reception for the Gators. Gets it up the sideline, and it looks like it's going to back them up there. The Gators are backed up, so that's going to be 2nd down and 20 for the Gators. So the Wolverines are going to have an opportunity to flip the field and get some good field position. Here, if they can get a stop here on these next 2 plays. The Gators come out with 2 or side receivers to the right, hand the ball off up the middle to number 2, and he takes the ball up to Jaquan Reynolds, gets over the left side for a gain of about 7 yards on the play. And that brings up a 3rd down and about 9 yards to go for the Gators.
Yeah, 3rd down here, long 3rd down for the Gators with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Gateway dominating the time of possession here in the first quarter. The Wolverines have only run 3 offensive plays.
3 plays and out, 2 punts, 1 stopped, and so Birch is back to pass, has a receiver streaking up the sideline, took his eyes off the ball and dropped it. So the Wolverines are going to get the ball to go school state. Thomas along with my man Mike.
So Gateway, it looks like what they're doing here is York did this last week, so the Wolverines should be adapt. So it looks like they're going to go for it, but it's going to be a punt and a quick kick by Birch. But Scoop Smith has a lot of room. Let's see what the freshman can do.
And he falls down. He slips. And Wolverines will get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's a shame that he fell. He had a lot of room. And every single time that Scoop Smith has the ball in his hands, you know he's going to put on a show. So we're waiting to see it. And one thing I was actually advocating for earlier today, Stephen Jenkins, and he is a broadcaster's dream with his neon green gloves on, is making his first appearance of the day on offense. And also making his first appearance of this season, as the Wolverines call a timeout. They see something they don't like. But about to make his season debut for the Wolverines is number 5, Brandon Jones, the junior running back. He missed last week with an ankle injury, and Elijah Nesby, I'm mixing my players up here, filled in so admirably. Now we get to see Brandon Jones in his season debut for the Wolverines.
So Brandon Jones is a standout back from last year, played very well, was a very great impact player for the Wolverines. So look forward to seeing that young man. He was out first week with a slight injury, so it's good to see that young man out there. I'm sure they'll try to get the ball in his hands, see if he can make something happen. But we'll see if the Wolverines can get something going on this first down to get ahead of the sticks here.
Yeah, Brandon Jones only listed at 5'8", 185, but don't let that small stature fool you. He is a powerful runner, and he does have that breakaway speed.
Yeah, great kid, great smile, great personality. Built like Barry Sanders, a little short guy, but very elusive and very quick.
And a change Woodland Hills made here, they bring in 2 extra linemen.
So Austin Wells hands the ball off to Jones, and he winds the ball back around, tries to go over from the left side around the right end, and Jones goes out automatically. First play.
Yeah, the Wolverines did this a few times last year. They would bring 2 extra linemen and line them up in the tight end position to try to give a little more beef on the field, try to outman the front. So we'll see what they do here, but they keep Austin Wells with Elijah Nesby to his left now in the shotgun formation.
Wells back to pass, has a little bit of pressure. He tries to take off, and he is taken down for a loss. As it looked like he had a receiver open, but he didn't have a whole lot of time to survey the field and look for his receivers.
Now, even with those extra linemen, time is becoming an issue for Austin Wells. We saw last week he does have a nice arm. The problem is he can't show that arm unless he has time in the pocket.
Yeah, he may have to move him out of the pocket, roll him out, get him away from the pressure in order to give him some time.
He is athletic enough to do that. It's a 3rd down and 15 now for the Wolverines.
First quarter coming to an end here. This will probably be our pitch over the left side. And the Wolverines take the ball, get a good gain ahead, up for about a gain of about 6 yards on the play, so 7 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 7 in the second quarter here. That'll do it for the first quarter. Gateway Gators leading the Woodland Hills Wolverines 7-0. Backyard brawl, Western Pennsylvania style. As we had it last night, we have it once again tonight. Two teams that don't like each other.
No, these two teams, they do have the mutual respect of each other, but they also do not like each other on the field. But luckily, that doesn't boil over to off the field. So there might be some nastiness on the field as we saw the Wolverines come out. A few of them stomped on the logo, but you expect to see that, especially at this level. But aside from that, you get nothing as we check out the Roxamore highlights of the first quarter. So the Wolverines are here. They're debating on if they should play field position or send the offense back out. And they are going to send the punt team out because they did do a good job slowing down this Gator defense.
Absolutely. You got to punt the ball here in this position. You are not in the plus side of the field, and you're trailing by 7. You definitely don't want to give the Gators a short field to work with.
Yeah, so Miraz will come on here to punt for the Wolverines.
So we have another stoppage in play here. Definitely would not like to see the Wolverines go for it. Unlike in the game last night, I think the game was lost by West Virginia when their coach was reluctant to go for it in the plus side of the field with 6 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah.
And he had a running back that had carried the ball for 6 carries for 125 yards.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Neil Brown getting a lot of heat from the Mountaineer fans. Now, as a Pitt fan, I'm glad he didn't punt it there because Pitt was able to go down 92 yards to, score the game-tying touchdown. So definitely that was scared money don't win. There's a saying that scared money does not win. So scared money don't win. That's what it means. So you have to play, and play to win. And unfortunately last night they did not play to win, and Pitt came out with a big victory. Yeah, if you can tell I'm a little tired, you know why, because that was one of the most exciting games I've ever been a part of. Just an incredible atmosphere. And in all sincereness, I'm so glad those two teams are playing again, just like we're glad the Wolverines and Gators are playing again.
And the Wolverines get the punt off. It's high, fair catch, and it's taken at the 30-yard line by number 22, Chris Lidsey there. Lisvey for the Gators there. So the Gators will take over with 11 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter, leading 7-0. And we will see if the Wolverines can come up with something on their defense to corral this offense.
Yeah, tale of two possessions in the first half for the Gators as they were able to march down the field the first time, but the second time, Wolverine defense stood up and, forced them to a 3-and-out.
Bradley Birch comes out in a pistol, 2 wides, east side, little motion from the left. Throws the ball to a screen over to the left side to number 5. It looks like Dallas Harper takes the ball ahead for a gain of about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 on a next play for the Gators.
Yeah, good job by Amir Brown to come up from his cornerback position and make that tackle. And when they brought the receiver in motion, I noticed, Gateway's got 3, Woodland Hills has 2. That could be a problem, but luckily Amir was able to break off his tackle.
So a pistol formation for Birch again. He's in an RPO mode. He hands the ball off over the left side to number 2, to Reynolds. Only a gain of about 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Gators.
Yeah, the Gateway Gators going tempo here to try to catch the Wolverines off guard.
Birch on a QB draw, And the Wolverines look like they're ready for it. And he looked like they stop him short. It's going to be a 4th down and 1 here. So we'll see what the Gators do. Wolverines were ready for that quarterback draw. Looked like they went to the drawing board and went to the well and came up a little bit dry there as the Wolverines were ready for that quarterback draw.
And Woodland Hills was ready this time as they're trying to rush off Matthew Johnson because they bring Scoop Smith on. But now Gateway is going to take their first time out of the first quarter.
Yeah, timeout and the Gators on the field, but I'm not sure what they're thinking about because never would I consider going for a 4th down and 1 right here in my own territory.
No,
and I'm leading by 7.
Right. Normally you wouldn't think about doing that, but you know, if everything goes the same and they bring Brad Birch out again to do the quick kick, you know, that at least keeps the Wolverines honest. You know, we saw Scoop Smith being sent out, which means they got to take somebody out. And Matthew Johnson was on the sideline. It's still in bounds, but just barely. So the Wolverines are a little bit confused out there.
So once again, we have a stoppage in play here from the Antamarino Stadium, Gateway High School. Here, backyard rivalry, Woodland Hills Wolverines versus the Gateway Gators, live, Roxamore Sports Network. Craig Thomas along with Mike Costa, Big Red here with me. We're doing great to be with you. It looks like the Gators come out in a little pistol formation, a little motion, and he fakes the ball, hands it off up the middle, and he stops short. He is stopped short there, and they're going to turn it over on downs. So we'll see what the Wolverines can do if they can come up with something with a short field right here. I'm not understanding that call, partner.
You know, they've been moving the ball pretty good this game. Sometimes it's just, you know, we believe our horses are better than your horses. And that time the Wolverine defense stepped up, made the 4th down stop. Now they're in the Gator side, only 38 yards away from pay dirt.
Yeah, the Wolverines can go in right now and tie it up. We will see if the Wolverines take a shot here on a quick change of possession and try to get the big play here on the first play.
Now they're bringing out that jumbo formation again with Brandon Jones in the background. So it looks like they're going to try to just pound it down into the Gator swamp.
Wells has Jones behind him, hands the ball off to Jones, and he's taken down. No blocking there up the middle as there was instant penetration there, and Jones was taken down going over the right side for a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, not what you want to do, especially when you get this possession early on after your 3rd down stop. So now let's see if the Wolverines stick to this jumbo formation as they got 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. That's Isaiah Greer and Sonny McClinton.
So Wells in a shotgun formation. And he rolls out to his, and he throws the ball a little bit off the mark there. As he rolled off to his left, had a little bit of pressure there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14 for Wolverines and Wells.
Yeah, it's nice they are starting to roll Austin Wells out a little bit just to give him some more time. Unfortunately, some of those early footsteps are getting to him because he threw that ball before he got his feet set.
Maybe we can get them to roll them out and maybe get Jones going the other way on a counter option, run or pass, or try to get him the ball that way. To slow down this Gateway defense because they're kicking their leg back in sprinter stance, and they're coming. So Wells is in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Jones up the middle. He lowers his head and gets ahead for a gain of about 7 yards there. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 8 yards to go for the Wolverines. So I'm pretty sure they're going to go for it here.
Oh, 100%. Miraz does have a good leg, but you think about it, if you're Wolverines, okay, worst case, we don't get this ball, or excuse me, we don't get this 1st down. Gateway gets the ball back right where they ended their last drive. So really no harm, no foul. But we'll see if they're able to get that 1st down as they stay in this jumbo formation.
2 wide receivers split to the left. Wells in a shotgun formation. Rolls out, and we have a flag on the play. Wells under pressure. He runs, and he throws the ball away. as he's hitting, his helmet comes off. So we have laundry on the field. I'm not sure if it's going to be against the Wolverines for a legal procedure, but we will get the call here in just a moment, partner.
Yeah, but good job of Austin Wells as he's slow to get up just to get rid of that ball, and he was outside the tackle box, so the opportunity for intentional grounding is out, but we'll see what the play call is as that flag came out immediately right after the play began. Actually, another get down from where Austin Wells threw out, so if you look to be intentional grounding, the penalties might have set and get a redo. And if Wells is shaken up and cannot go, we will see the freshman Cam Walter.
2 fouls against the offense, holding against the offense and intentional grounding against the. So that'll be a loss of down. It'll be Gateway first down going the other way. So they're going to get good field position out of there.
Yeah, and that the 5-yard penalty will take place from where Austin Wells threw that ball. So possibly the worst case scenario here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, so the Gators get the ball plus territory. We'll see if they go for the jugular here and go for a shot. As Birch has been running his offense pretty efficiently, but the Wolverines slowed him down in that last series. We'll see if they got, the recipe to slow him down once again here in this drive.
Yeah, Gateway is not taking a shot deep down the field yet, and this might be the perfect opportunity to do it with a sudden change of possession.
3 wide receivers. Birch in that shotgun, a little pistol formation. Fakes the ball, throws a little screen, and had a receiver over, but underthrew the ball. Looked like the ball was tipped, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that is the tough thing with this read pass option offense is if you're smart enough to do it, great, but still at the end of the day, it takes a lot to pull that ball back from the runner's belly and still be able to set and throw, so maybe the timing on that play was off.
So we got trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left, and it's RPOs wide open, number 7. And there's Jordan on the reception, ahead for a first down for the Gators. So these Gators look like the Golden State Warriors on the football field. They have a fast break offense. They're staying at the line of scrimmage, and they're looks like we have a stoppage in play, but they're a pretty fast-paced offense here. So we'll see what the call is here on the field. So thank you for tuning in once again. Roxamore Sports High School Football Division. Once again here, Western Pennsylvania. Partner, this is a beautiful night for football. Great rivalry weekend. A great holiday weekend. The Gators are called for an offside, so that'll back them up 5 yards, partner.
Yeah, I was seeing the offs.
So what did you see in the first quarter, partner?
So what I saw was Gateway being able to move down the field quickly early on, but then kind of a stalemate in the second half, and Woodland Hills has been unable to get their offense going here all game.
So the Gators are to the line of scrimmage. They have 4 wide receivers. Birch is in a little shotgun pistol, fakes the ball, looks for the receiver over the middle, has him, and he's hit hard for a gain of about 4 yards, 3 yards on the play to Reynolds over the middle.
Yeah, and he took a shot there. We saw last week senior Justin Perdue coming up from his linebacking position and really laying some tough hits out there, and he does it again now.
Yeah, the Wolverines are going to have to play assignment football here. Great play right there. That was number 33.
That's Justin
Perdue.
Yeah, the tackler on the last 2 plays. Coming up from his linebacking spot.
Yeah. With this offense, definitely you're going to have to play assignment football. You have to assign somebody to tackle the quarterback and a running back on every play. Just tackle them, no matter what, on every play.
Absolutely. And the Wolverines get a little break here as they're able to, because Gateway slows their tempo down just a little bit with 7 seconds to go on the play clock.
And they're at a third down and about 9 yards to go. And it looks like we have a false start on the Gators here. And that's going to push them back to a third down and 14. But once again, we know in this position that the Gators are definitely going to probably go for it.
Oh,
so they got 2 plays to pick up 14 yards.
100%. And now the Wolverines bringing in a new linebacker. They take Kellen McDonough off and bring Zakir Moore in. So get a little fresher bodies out there because they believe a screen is coming here for the Gators.
So trips. Birch fakes the ball, looks deep over to the sideline, and he completes the ball to Jordan for a minimal gain there. Great defense there by the Wolverines.
Yeah, Amir Brown coming up. You know, he let the receiver make the catch, but got him out immediately in decision time here for Don Hall and the Gators.
Oh, there's no decision for Hall. He's going for it. 4th down and 10 yards to go. He's going to try to get this fast break offense out there and hit one up the seam on the Wolverines. They're going to have to play a great assignment football once again.
As long as they stay in their lanes, should not be an issue for the Wolverines here.
So Gators come out, 2 wide receivers to the left, little motion, tight end to the right, puts him on the strong side. Birch is back to pass. He looks for a middle screen, has a receiver, and he's taken down by a host of Wolverines. Steven Jenkins was leading the charge there for the Wolverines, so good defense by the Wolverines on that series. Stop the Gators with a short field.
Yeah, normally we say you want to throw to the sticks on 4th down, but Gateway threw to the line of scrimmage sticks there. Now, I understand what they were trying to do as they got the ball into their hands of Dallas Harper, their playmaker, but great job by the Wolverine defense to swarm on there, led by Steven Jenkins. And a good sign, we see Austin Wells coming back into the huddle for the Wolverines, so he is okay after that last 4th down play.
Well, one thing about it, partner, the Wolverines are going to have to get the ball moving if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, and the Wolverines bring out 2 running backs, 3 receivers, so they're going away from that jumbo formation here to try to spread the ball out just a little more.
Looks like they ran looks like a counter play, but did not fool the Gators there.
Now they brought Elijah Nesby and Brandon Jones in, and the Wolverines have not had much success. And, you know, off the top of my head, I don't think the Wolverines even have a 1st down so far this game.
They're going to have to get their players in space and get them an opportunity to make some big plays here to get back in this game.
And they definitely have the playmakers to do it.
Shotgun formation for the Wolverines. Pass, throws the ball over to the sideline. Looks like he had some speed. Was up the sideline with looked like he had a little bit of space there. And gets ahead for a gain of about 4 yards to go. Brings up a 3rd down and about 7 yards, a long 7 or a short 8 yards to go.
Yes, Sonny, if he was able to break that tackle, he had a lot of green in front of him.
It looks like the Wolverines corral him by his arm. It looks like he by his arm to catch him, but we'll see what the Wolverines can do here. Big 3rd down for him.
Bottom of your screen, the Wolverines have single coverage, and they run away from it.
Yeah, he looks deep, and he's under pressure. He's looking for a receiver. He throws the ball towards his receiver. Incomplete for McClinton.
Yeah, Wells showed his athleticism there to extend the play, and unfortunately he wasn't able to find anybody, so now the Wolverines bring their punt unit on with 4:17 here to go in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they're going to have to split the Gators. They may have to run some misdirection, maybe a shuffle pass, reverse or something, because the Gators are pursuing very hard.
Yes, they are.
They don't have anything holding them back. They're getting in that sprinter stance, and they're coming downhill right away, partner.
Yeah, the Wolverines switch from their jumbo formation to back to the spread, and we'll see if they spread them out even more, bringing out 4 receivers next time to try to get a little more space for their skill players.
Punt is out for the Wolverines. Deep, fair catch. It's taken by the Gators. Lisby for the Gators, taken out their 31-yard line. So with 4:10 left to go here in the 2nd quarter, partner, the Gators lead the Wolverines 7-0.
And we just want to remind you that every Wednesday at 8 o'clock on all your Roxamore Sports and Entertainment platforms, we have Season 3 of the Rock Comedy Show. If you want to view it, just go to any platform you're on right now, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire Stick. You can get the Roxamore Sports and Entertainment Network. You can get Season 3 of the Rock Comedy Show. New episodes every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and replays shown throughout the week.
Birch is back with a little play action. Ball is tipped and almost intercepted by the Wolverines.
Yeah, great job there by Andre Smith to pick out the play and get his big paw up to swat it down and bring up a long second down here for the Gators. You know, last year the Wolverines lost most of their linebacking core, so they had to have new players step up. And Andre Smith, Justin Perdue, Zakir Moore have done a great job early on in this season.
So Gators come out 2-by-2 pistol. Birch is back, has a receiver open, down the seam. Complete. Lisvey, once again, one of his favorite receivers. That was a good pass by Birch.
It was a beautiful
a lot of
pass.
zip on that pass.
Yeah, as we mentioned, he's the leading passer in the WPIL last year as he threw for an astonishing 2,623 yards, and he's well on his way to doing that again this year.
Comes out once again, screen pass over the left side, has a little daylight, goes up the set. Reynolds goes up the left side, and he gets a first down on a little screen, quick screen play.
And the Wolverines coaches up here expect Gateway to take a shot as they've been throwing it downfield just a little bit more than normal on this drive. And we'll see if the Wolverines are able to step up and stop them.
Pistol trips to the right, fakes the ball, looks for the out, and he does not have it. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, great coverage there on the play by Noah Hutcherson, the last season's all-conference cornerback.
I like to see Hutchinson step underneath that one and take it to his house.
He could take it to the house, but unfortunately he's got to be within that area, and he was trying to give his receiver a little bit of cushion so he could run up and make that hit from his nickelback position.
That would be reminiscent of what happened last night with Pitt. That deflection was tipped, and Pitt took it to the house and was able to capitalize on that. So Birch is under duress. He rolls out, and he's being pursued, and he just throws the ball away. Smart play by the young man, as he knew he couldn't get rid of the ball, and the Gators were in heavy pursuit.
Yeah, great pressure on the play there by Cruz McMillan and number 55, Lee Anthony Smith, but great job by Brad Birch to, put some people on skates as he was shaking and baking, and he was able to, get that ball out, which brings up a long 3rd and 10 for the Gators.
Cruz McMillan is a big fella, 6'5", 193 pounds. Great agility there, great speed. Looking for big things from that young man this year. He's a great basketball player as well, and I'm sure he's going to do great things out here on the football field.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't start playing football until last year. They had him in a reserve stand-up defensive end position last year, and now he's the starter in that stand-up defensive end in Woodland Hills' 4-2-5 defense.
So we have a timeout, stoppage on the play. Partner, 3:03 left to go here in the second quarter. We had a score early and pretty much been a little bit of posturing since. No score by either team. Gateway has definitely dominated the time of possession and moved the ball up and down the field. Although the Wolverines, they have moved the ball, the Wolverines have not given up any points since the first drive.
No, they have the bend but don't break philosophy so far in this game, because we know Gateway's going to get their yardage. They're going to get their passing plays and running plays in and everything like that. But if you can keep them out of the end zone, because even on that first drive, if I'm not mistaken, this might be the deepest that the Gators have reached here in the second quarter.
Yeah, you got to get some pressure on Birch if you're going to stop this offense. If you give him time, he's going to find somebody open and drive down the field.
Yeah,
so we'll see what they do here. Wolverines come out. The Gators come out. with trips to the left. Motion. Birch is back to pass. Looking for a seam down the middle, and he has a receiver. Looks like it's going to be first down.
Hey, Remy
Bose, great catch there.
Yeah, going up, climbing the ladder and catching that ball. And the Wolverines had the play down. Unfortunately, they just couldn't read where the ball was going. So that is a first down for the Gators.
Handoff up the middle, wide open, ran right by the defender there. It looks like Reynolds gets ahead for a gain of about, looks like 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, the man we were just talking about, Cruz McMillan, ran right past the defender, just staying on his read to get into the quarterback, did not notice that the draw play was called.
Birch hands the ball off again to Reynolds up the middle, and he gets ahead for a first down. So the Wolverines, once again, they got to play assignment football. They have to tackle the quarterback and the running back on every play because you don't know who's going to have the ball, because Birch is doing a good job of reading the defense and handing the ball off sometimes and then keeping it, looking for the play on the RPO. Hand the ball off to Reynolds again up the middle.
And what's happening here is Gateway has been dominating the time of possession. So unfortunately, that means, especially with players playing both ways on defense, this means that the Wolverines players are getting tired. And then now for the Gators, this is where you just play ground and pound football.
Hand the ball off. Birch hands the ball off to Reynolds again up the middle. Let's bring up a 3rd down and 4 here. Gateway driving the ball with 1 minute and 24 seconds left to go here, partner, in the second quarter.
Yeah, Woodland Hills bringing on 2 new defensive players, one of them being quarterback Austin Wells to stand up at the other defensive end position, as Gateway taking a long time to get set up, allow the Wolverines to make these changes, get some fresh legs in there.
Gators with 2 backs in the backfield. Hand the ball off again to Reynolds over the left side. It's going to bring up 4th down. So we'll see if the Wolverines can come up with a big stop here. It's going to be 4th down and about 1 yard to go, partner, here. We are under the 1 minute mark here at Antamarino Stadium, Monroeville, Gateway Gators. Big history here, partner. I remember the first year we played against these Gators down at the Wolverina, standing room only, 13,000 at the Wolverina. Great game, great rivalry. These kids get to play each other because they know each other and they see each other.
Yeah,
so
Craig, sorry to interrupt you, but this matchup right here is one of the reasons why Woodland Hills decided to stay up in 5A, because with the new classifications, they are now a 3A classification school, but Coach Tim specifically mentioned Gateway along with Penn Hills to say, hey, we like our rivalries. We can be competitive in 5A. So let's keep the rivalries going by staying up in classifications. And judging by the crowd here tonight, that's a great call for both schools.
So we have a 4th down here and a long one for the Gators. Little motion. Birch keeps the ball. He rolls out to the right. He's under duress. He's looking for somebody. Throws the ball up and it's out of the end zone. Great defense by the Wolverines. It's going to be about 4. That's a turnover on down for the Gators. Great defense by the Wolverines.
Yeah, the Gateway Gators got a little too cute there. They were moving the ball real nice on that drive, but now they try to catch the Wolverines off guard. It doesn't work as the Wolverines stayed disciplined, and they were able to make sure that Birch had nowhere to throw it, and even the pressure on him, so Birch had to throw it into the soccer goal, and unless we're playing the other football, that doesn't count for points. So let's see if the Wolverines, with only 46 seconds to go, can at least get in the field goal range.
Yeah, pretty much can expect them to be pretty conservative here as they're deep in their own territory. Wouldn't see them doing too much of a risk here. Hand the ball off up the middle to, looks like Jones up the middle.
Yeah.
Gets the ball ahead for a gain of about 5 yards on a play. I don't see Woodland Hills doing too much here. They definitely don't want to give up any points right before
No,
half.
you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up any points. And also, the other thing is Woodland Hills gets the ball to start the second half. So what happens there is you don't have to rush for the ball. Maybe if Gateway had a chance to get the ball, maybe you bring 4 wide in, but you have 17 seconds on the play clock, and they're not even going to run another offensive play. And if you're the Wolverines, you're content with going into halftime only down 7 with the way your defense is playing. And if you can get your offense moving a little bit, then you're right in this game.
So that'll do it, partner, for the first half. Gateway Gators leading the Woodland Hills Wolverines here in Gateway Antamarino Stadium 7-0. Only score, first drive. Great defense by the Wolverines. Competitive game, partner.
Yeah, do you expect anything else when these two schools, they're only separated by 7.6 miles. They love playing against each other, as we're going to check out the Roxamore highlights from the first half, more specifically the second quarter. Yeah, Woodland Hills struggled to get a lot of things going. Elijah Nesby, for example, has been quiet in this game, but he's also had no room to run. But as I said, the Wolverine defense, though they got a little bit of pressure on them in the second half, they weren't able to stop the run, but they stepped up when they needed to, and they were able to stop Gateway from getting into the end zone.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they're going to have to get the ball out of Wells' hand quickly. He hasn't had a great deal of blocking, so maybe the swing pass and little screens, the same thing the Gators are doing to the Wolverines, maybe they should give them a little taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, one formation the Wolverines have in their playbook is if they bring 2 receivers and stack them way on the outside. And if they do that, that spreads out the defense. And maybe you throw the quick screen out to Sonny McClinton or Amir Brown or any of the receivers out there.
Yeah, maybe get the ball outside to Brandon Jones, put him out at receiver, and see how that works out. But we'll be back here for a second half on the Roxamore Sports Network as we go to a commercial and thank some of our sponsors.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories.
Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community fundraiser and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit for Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit for Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit for Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
And welcome back to the Roxamore Sports Network. Michael Costa along here with Craig Thomas. Craig, your just overall impressions of the first half.
First half dominated by the Gateway Gators. Drove the ball up and down the field, but Woodland Hills didn't break. They only allowed one touchdown. So overall, good defense, but they have to get their offense going.
Yes.
The Wolverines are going to get back in this game.
Yeah, they've struggled to get anything going. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe they have a first down so far, and Austin Wells has been under pressure all game. Even when they went to that jumbo formation with two extra linemen as tight ends, they still didn't have time for Wells to set his feet and throw. And sometimes you just got to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers, but it all comes down to that offensive line, and the Wolverines have been struggling mightily with that here in the first half.
Absolutely. So you know that your struggling offensive line have to come up with a scheme or a plan to, take advantage of your weakness. So the Wolverines may have to go to some quick screens, maybe some draw plays, some pitches to get the ball outside of the box if they can get the ball moving down the field.
Yeah, sometimes go to those underneath routes. We saw in the scrimmage against South Fayette, Cam Walter hitting Scoop Smith on an underneath route, and he took it all the way for a touchdown, and we haven't seen Scoop on offense yet, but that play is in the playbook, so maybe you run something like that. Quick hitters, quick slants, maybe a couple quick outs, and then that keeps the Gators defense off, that keeps them honest, and then they can't go, okay, right now they're saying we can run in and just put all the pressure on the quarterback because they're not blocking us.
Absolutely. So take advantage of that fact and hit them with some draw plays and some screens just like they were doing. Birch was very methodical, drove the ball down the field on the Wolverines as he used that fast break offense, like kind of like the Golden State Warriors on a football field.
Yeah, they call that basketball on grass, some of these high-octane offenses. Gateway is no exception. Said last year, Brad Birch, the leading passer in the WPIL as a sophomore, now as a junior, he's up for that title again, although he does have some competition in Woodland Hills' next opponent, Colin Green from Penn Trafford.
Yeah, so we'll see what Wolverines can draw up at halftime. We'll see what the Gators come up with. But trust and believe it'll be more Birch, and he'll be looking for all of his weapons, and he'll be looking to get some points on the board early here. But the Wolverines have an advantage. They come out, they get the ball here in the second half. So if they can make some adjustments, they can get back in the game here in the second half.
Yeah, one of the first adjustments is when Woodland Hills they've had a punt return and a kick return so far in this game. There's been a lot of room on both. So if they can win the field possession battle early and maybe even return a kick for a touchdown, hey, they returned 2 last week. Unfortunately, they were called back for penalties, but they have the ability to do it, and we'll see if that happens when we bring you the second half of action here from Monroeville on the Roxamore Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Don't look like we're going anywhere, partner. We're still going at halftime here. So I guess that is a break for us. We'll be back with second half action. Stay with us on the Roxamore Sports Network. shotgun formation, flanked by Siebels. And we have back deep, and you have him wide open, and it looks like he's going to go all the way to the house. Tariq Scipio, big play receiver for the Wolverines.
Finally, they got the big play receiver the ball.
Early detection and treatment is key to save lives.
So back to live action. Deontay Williams rolls out and finds a receiver deep in the end zone for the touchdown with 47 seconds left.
Trouble can find anyone. At Frank Walker Law, we take the time to understand your situation and work tirelessly on your behalf. Hard-hitting representation when you need it the most. A real law firm getting real results.
So I started limping over there to her fast, but wasn't fast enough. So I had to get her attention. I'm like, hey. She turned around, see me limping towards her. She says, oh my gosh, you've been shot. I just fell on the ground. There wasn't even nothing wrong with me.
Graduated from Ohio State Penitentiary. They got real classes in there. Anybody been in that school? No, they got real classes. Like, it's 50-year-old man in there. They was like, hey, fam, can you be quiet? I got school in the morning.
And I'm still fat. So if you watch season 1, I remained and maintained all this weight for season 2. I ate just enough fried chicken, cornbread, collard greens, mac and cheese, all that, just to maintain all of it.
Welcome back to the Roxamore Sports Network as we're scrambling to get back here. But, yeah, just some stats for the Wolverines. Currently at the half, they have minus 18 yards of total offense.
You are only trailing by 7 points.
Yeah, that could be the good thing, is their defense is keeping them in the game. One turnover, they're back in, and sometimes special teams is the X factor, and Woodland Hills will kick off, but we've mentioned Gateway does have a good kicker, and that may not even have the option, because in high school football, if that ball goes into the end zone, there's no chance to return it at all. You can't bring it out from the end zone, so the Wolverines would start from the 20, so that could be an option as well for the Gators.
So the Gators will kick off, you mean, right?
Yes, the Gators will be kicking off, and with the little offense the Wolverines have got going, sometimes they got to get it going on special teams, so Gateway can take that out of the equation just by kicking it through the end zone to open this kickoff, because that's where the best offense for the Wolverines have come in this first half.
So in the first half of play, partner, I would say that the defenses were pretty even. I would probably give the nod to Gateway on the defense, pretty much give the nod to Gateway on the offense. Special teams were pretty even, so maybe whatever team could come out in the second half and make some adjustments, make a big play on special teams, can get out of a close backyard rivalry with a victory.
Yeah, one option for the Wolverines would be going to backup quarterback Cam Walter, not because Austin Wells has done anything wrong, the man just has no time. And you wonder if his confidence is rattled because he's not even able to set his feet, and that was one of the suggestions that was brought up to us.
Absolutely. Cam Walter, a freshman phenom, and a lot of reps last year on the freshman team. Sooner or later, he's going to get an opportunity. So when preparation meets opportunity, you can be successful. And we'll see if he can come in and have some success moving this offense.
But it all goes to the men up front, those big beefy boys. You know, if they're not able to hold their blocks and let these Gators offense run right back in, as we hear the faint boos as the Wolverines come back out for the halftime stretch, if the offensive line doesn't do anything and, you know, they continue to let this pressure up, doesn't matter who's back there at quarterback.
Oh, yeah, you still have to stand up and make a play. Somebody is going to have to make a play for the Wolverines. This is indicative of a couple teams here. The Wolverines are having that problem. Also, the Steelers are having this pretty much the same problem, unable to block somebody. But nonetheless, you see Pitt quarterbacks make plays. Kenny Pickett made a few plays there in the preseason despite not having a block. So you got to make plays regardless of, the disadvantage of that. And
We'll go back to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, 2021. The Chiefs and Buccaneers, high-powered Chiefs offense. What happened? A couple injuries on that O-line. Patrick Mahomes had no time. So even with the best offense, that offensive line isn't good. Doesn't matter how explosive you can be.
So we are at about 3 minutes left to go here in the half, partner, and we'll see what adjustments can be made here. And we'll bring you back for an exciting second half of football. Western Pennsylvania, beautiful night, beautiful sunset, beautiful stadium here in Monroeville, Antamarino Stadium. And we'll be back with second half play, partner.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. It should be a good one.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
welcome back to the Roxamore Sports Network. We got 1 minute left in halftime as the teams are doing their typical stretching to get those lactic acids moving. So, Craig, Woodland Hills gets the ball to start the half. Although we have seen some crazier things. In 2007, Woodland Hills won the coin toss against Penn Hills, deferred, came out for the second half, kicked off, gave up a touchdown. So we've seen some crazy things happen, but Woodland Hills will get the ball to start.
So it looks like hopefully they'll open up the offense a little bit. Maybe we'll get a big play on special teams here for the Wolverines to even this game up. We want to see competitive football game here this second half. Both teams, great programs, great history. George A. Novak built a great program here. Terry Smith built a great program here for the Gators. So this rich in history. A lot of Division I players come out of Gateway and Woodland Hills here in the Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's incredible the level of players that have played in the NFL for both of these teams, and these are two relatively close-knit communities and just so many players coming in and out. And I do want to inform our viewers that that original 1 minute that I said has now been increased to 2 minutes and 45 seconds because the 3 minutes for the players to stretch was not activated yet, so now it's back. But we've talked about basketball on grass. Two of the returners for Woodland Hills that are coming up. I'll give yes. So two of those players we mentioned that are going to be back for the kickoff, and Amir Brown and Scoop Smith. Both of them have Division I basketball offers. As we mentioned in our pregame scope, Scoop Smith has the offer from Stony Brook, and Amir Brown has his Division I offer in basketball for Bryant.
And I'll be sure that our guy, Cruz McMillan, he should be looking for a Division I offer in football or basketball. He's a big kid, very athletic, 6'5", 193 pounds. Hasn't even scratched the surface in what he's capable of accomplishing, his ability. All a young man has to do is stay focused and make good grades, and I'm sure he will get some offers as well.
Yeah, you can't teach size, and he has it. And he is a long 6'5".
Yeah. So once again, we are at Antamarino Stadium here at Gateway High School here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Partner, I'm looking forward to a second half here. It's not quite the crowd we used to get, but there's quite a few people here tonight watching this game. Very exciting to be back here with you. High school football, backyard rivalry. Great night for football here, partner. And we'll see here if the Wolverines make some adjustments, and even if they put in their freshman phenom, give him an opportunity to see what he can do with this offense.
Yeah, and we do want to make mention again, it's nothing against Austin Wells. It's just the poor man has no time. And sometimes you can't change the entire team, so it's easier just to change the general.
So both teams start out 1-0. Woodland Hills comes in with a close game where they beat York. Say 20-24. That was the first partner. You were there. That was that.
Jamie, running back for York, committed to Virginia, on the field. McDonald to end the game, and not very minutes for the young man, but you know, he was incredible. The overall defense stood up when they needed to, just like they have earlier in this game. So the nice thing is that might be a good habit the Wolverines have developed so far this season.
And the Gators come in at 1-0 also with a 21-6 beatdown of Mount Lebanon, who was a 6A team as well.
Yeah, not only a 6A team, the defending state champions in 6A.
So that tells you the caliber of play here on the field. Both these teams are powerhouse football programs. Wolverines looking to restore the roar under Coach Tim Boster, get back to excellence in football and athletics at Woodland Hills High School.
And the students have bought into it. Looking down with a beach theme, we see a giant inflatable lobster. So the students have come out here, and looking down the other way, the students have come out as well for Gateway as well. So great to see it here on this Labor Day weekend.
So we're just about set for kickoff. Gateway has it teed up. The Wolverines, the ball is kicked deep in the right corner. Scoop has the ball, and he takes the ball up the middle, and he is hit hard at about the 14-yard line. So not a whole lot of blocking there for the special teams for the Wolverines. So they're going to start not in great field position, but a little bit backed up there.
No, anytime you start within a multiple use facility like they have here at Gateway within the goal line for the soccer team, it's not good. And Austin Wells does come out, but Woodland Hills going with two wide receivers at the top and bottom of your screen ready to go. So they're going to try to spread the Gators out, and they got a lot of single-man matchups.
And they spread them out and run a jet sweep. Wolverines come out in four wides with a little motion, little jet sweep, and McClinton gets the ball ahead for a gain of about maybe 2 yards on the play. But one thing about that play, partner, it was not a negative play.
No, it was a positive play. There have been very few of those for the Wolverines so far. And now they're going to stay out, and they're going to bring three receivers at the bottom. So, and again, lots of one-on-one matchups.
Handoff up the middle. Looks like Jones over the left side there. Wolverines come out with trips to the left and a gain of about 3 yards. That's going to bring up a third down and about 6 yards to go there as the Wolverines come out.
Yeah, these third and mediums, this opens up the playbook. You're able to run and or pass in some situations. And again, lots of single coverage on the near side of the field for the Wolverines. Single man coverage even.
Look like you got a blitz there. And a pass is behind the receiver there by Wells. Good pickup. But looks like the Wolverines are going to have to kick the ball away here. First drive that started out with a little bit of promise ends with a punt here, partner.
Yeah, Sonny McClinton was open, just the pass was a little behind him, so he had to twist his body to bring it back, and now Steve Miraz can get a nice booming punt off here for Woodland Hills.
So remember, in the first half, he had one blocked. It took him quite a while to get it out, so we'll see if the Gators come as they have a man deep, but it looks like they're set. Have their, and they come, bring a little pressure, short kick, and it takes a bounce. Rolls out a little bit, get at least to the 50-yard line as the Gators will take over right at the mid-stripe field.
Yeah, it died legitimately right at the 50-yard line. Right on the exact midfield spot that ball died on.
So, partner, when we talk about some of the players that were at Pitt in West Virginia, Ryan Mundy, West Lions were at West Virginia, and at in that 13-9 game. And then who else did you say was there for the Gators?
One of the coaches for Gateway is Morty Ivy, the former quarterback linebacker for the Gators. Linebacker for West Virginia, was a starter on that 13-9 team, and now he's coaching on the sideline for the Gators.
So it looks like the Gators come out slinging the ball, and it looks like tries to reverse the field, gets upfield, and he ran about 30 yards, and it looks like he gained – Juergens gained about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, ran 30 to gain 2. But good job by Stephen Jenkins to slow him down to force Unzi Jordan to reverse his field and come back, which brings up a 2nd and 8 for Gateway.
Gateway has trips to the left. They throw a bubble screen, and it's blown up by the Wolverines.
Yeah, we talked about the strength of Gateway being their passing game and the strength of the Wolverines being their secondary. And again, the broadcaster's dream, Stephen Jenkins, with his green gloves out there, comes up and blows up that screen immediately.
So it looks like the Gators are staying at the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 8 yards to go. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Option keeps the ball. It looks like we have a flag on the play.
Yeah, Birch with the Sid. He might be the the leading passer in the Whitfield last year, but he's got some moves on him.
Yeah, Birch with a little give and go, give the leg and took it away and cut up field. Looks like holding on the Gators. That's going to bring back a great effort by Birch. Third down, and that's going to make like a third down and third down and about maybe 20 on the play here. 3rd and 21 for the Gators. So the Wolverines definitely have to watch the screen or the draw all day. Assignment football right here. They should make sure they got their assignment done. Tackle the ball.
Yes, the Wolverine coaches are letting their players out there know a screen might be coming.
Birch goes deep. Oh, deep in. And he completes it. He's going to be short. Gain of maybe about 18 on a play.
Yeah, brings up 4th and 2 as the Wolverines bring 2 new defensive tackles in. Gateway's changing personnel as well, so that gives the Wolverines a little break.
So that brings up a 4th down and 2. Birch is in the little pistol shotgun, hands the ball off up the middle, and it looks like he's going to be short.
He does.
Reynolds
he does look like it's short. And a flag's on the.
Wolverines stop Gators on that 4th down. Reynolds was hit hard up the middle by the Wolverines.
Yeah, and that penalty is a sideline warning on the Wolverines. So no penalty, no yardage. That's just their warning. If it happens again, it will be a penalty.
So great defense by both teams coming out of halftime. We'll see which team can get it going here. The Gators, once again, move the ball and do not get any points.
Craig, we talked about this at halftime. Cam Walter, the freshman, is now in for the Wolverines, getting his varsity action. He looked incredible in the scrimmage, so we'll see what he can do under the Friday night lights.
His first opportunity in the game, hands the ball off, and is taken down. Cam is in there as he's a freshman. His sister, Kayla Walter, is a great standout basketball player for the Lady Wolverines as well. So athleticism in the family.
Absolutely.
Great kids as well.
Yeah, great kids. We've heard a lot about Cam. He was around the team a lot last year. Obviously didn't play in any games because that would be illegal, but he was on the sidelines. He got to know some of the teammates. And another freshman, Scoop Smith, is in to try to get some of that speed on the outside. Look for them to run a jet sweep with him.
So the Wolverines come out with Walter at quarterback, shotgun formation, and he throws the ball. It was there, missed that one, but great effort. He comes out looking to get rid of the ball, and it's just a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, he fired it in there, so you wonder if there are nerves out there getting your first varsity action. Because he had the man open, he just fired it in with too much sauce on that pass.
So that brings up a 3rd down and 11 here, and we'll see what the Wolverines come up with here, and we'll see if the Gators can stop them.
Yeah, Wolverines go 3 receivers on the far side, single coverage on the bottom side.
Yeah, trips to the right. Walter's back, looking for a bubble screen, has him open, gets the ball ahead, and it looks like a 1st down completion. Great pass by Walter. He waited a little bit till his receiver get open, tossed him the ball, move it ahead. 1st down, Wolverines.
Yes. Adam Ghanem, the 5'10" senior receiver, got a little bit of playing time in the playoff game against Bethel Park last year, and he caught that pass short, powered his way for the 1st down. Wolverines on the move.
Trips to the left, hand the ball off up the middle. Jones over the left side, ahead for a gain of about 5 yards. So when you start hitting them with a pass, it's amazing, partner, how to open up that'll open up the run for you.
Yeah, it's also good when you're starting ahead of the chains on 2nd down, as that's not been the case all game here for the Wolverines. And if they got a little bit of offense going, they're right back in this game, and this could be the drive that gets them going.
So that brings up 2nd down. And
on that G in the middle of the field, as the Wolverines make a full line change, of their receivers, they bring 3 new ones in, and they bring
sure.
in.
That's like the second or third person that we saw slip on the field. Maybe they need to look at some other shoes to be on this turf. It's a beautiful turf, but
it's a beautiful turf, and they've changed it since I've played on it, but it was not good when I played on it.
No blocking there for Cam Walters. He was under duress as he looks for the receiver, has a guy open, but no chance with no blocking.
Yeah, that play was doomed from the start. So, of course, we talk about Woodland Hills getting the offense going, and then they immediately go 3 plays and out.
No, they actually had some movement on the offense there. You're going to have to maybe move Walter out of the pocket, give him a little run-pass option as well, like Birch is doing for the Gators.
Yeah, if nothing else, you got the jitters and butterflies out of Cam's belly, and he's ready to go now for the rest of the game.
Punt is away, taken by the Gators. Missed the tackle there. Ball is taken down. Sanders on the tackle for the Wolverines, and we have a penalty on the field.
It looks like to be in the area of holding, right in the middle of that field. Referee didn't turn his mic on. We'll see what he has to say. And it is a holding on the Gators, so back it up. So it will still be Gator ball, but with much worse field position.
So 5:10 left on the clock here in the third quarter, partner. We'll see if the Wolverines can get a stop here and get back into this game with a score here. Maybe get Walter back in the game and give him an RPO option. See what he can do. You know, the young man has been chopping at the bit. I talked to his dad quite a bit and his mom, and they're excited about football. They're excited about basketball. They just love being Wolverines. So it's a great family. Good to have them here and have their kids contributing to a great school here.
And you mentioned the RPO. Cam Walter does have the ability to move. He is a mobile quarterback as well. He may not be as fast as Austin Wells, but he can still move and give himself some time in the pocket. This Gateway comes out with 2 running backs here as they bring a man in motion on first down.
Still have, looks like an option there. And Birch is taken. He steps out of a tackle. He's up the sideline, and he gets ahead for a first down. A gain of about 20 yards there by Birch.
Yeah, one of the things they talked about is Birch. So he's, when that size can move, it's normally trouble for the defense.
Cruz McMillan was in there on Birch. Looked like he might have got ahead of it, but they didn't call anything, and it was great defense there by the Wolverines.
No, as we have a stop on the play, it's Noah Hutcherson, coming up from his nickelback position and, able to make that stop. And we see, just like last Saturday, the Cramp Monster has come back to make another appearance. Again, this is week 1 this time, and although it is starting to get a little cooler out here, it's a little humid. So cramps are to be expected here in the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah, players are trying to get their legs. They had a tough camp, but they're trying to get into continue to work into game shape, and being out here going full speed is different than practicing. Once again, partner, we have an injury on the field, stoppage in play. The player is up walking. He had a cramp, and that is number 7, Inez Jordan for the Gators. Looks like he's walking off under his own volition, so it's good to see that. Looks like he's back down once again, more cramps.
Yeah, and you can even see one of the trainers there actually laughing when he went back down. And last week, Jordan had 4 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown last week against Mount Lebanon. And he's been a factor here today.
So we have a stoppage in play, partner. I guess I could share with you National Day. I always do this. National Day today is National Colors Day. So there'll be a lot of people wearing blue and gold here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, 100% to kick off the college season, though. Technically, it was kicked off last night down at Acrisure Stadium, where the college football universe was thrown at the University of Pittsburgh, and I am all for it.
Also, National Lazy Moms Day. So for all the mothers, relax, be lazy. It's your day.
Hey, it's your one day a year aside from Mother's Day. Go on the couch, turn on Netflix, eat some chips while you're at it. You've earned it, mothers.
And last but not least, National Food Bank Day. So make a donation to your National Food Bank if possible.
Yes, 100%. And as somebody who has gotten food from a food bank before, it is just an incredible service that is provided for you. It's a pretty good food as well.
So we're just about set for play here. Gateway has the ball and they are set. It's going to be a second down and about 13 yards to go for the Gators on about the 32-yard line. Birch is back to pass, and it looks like it's tipped, and it's almost picked off there. His arm was hit as he released the ball. The Wolverines almost had an interception.
No, and they want it to be an interception, as breaking on that ball there was Matthew Johnson from his safety position, but that ball looked like it hit the ground. We want to talk about College Colors Day. Just like the ball hit on 4th and 16 for the Mountaineers last night, it hits the ground here as well.
Yeah. So we're looking for big plays here in this game from one of these teams to make a big play, special teams, offense, or defense, to decide the outcome of this game.
Yeah, and the Wolverine coordinators are calling for Woodland Hills to go to the sticks as Gateway takes their first timeout of the second half, and taking a timeout in the third quarter could come back to haunt the Gators.
So right now the Gators are in a dogfight here with the Wolverines, still leading 7-0 early here in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half. We're in the second half of Season 3 of the Rock Comedy Show, available on all platforms of the Roxamore Sports and Entertainment Network. New episodes every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. 3 by week on any of the platforms. Roku TV, Apple TV, Fire Stick. If you're like, I don't want one of those streams, you can watch it on Facebook and Twitter as well.
So it looks like 3-by-1 for the Gators. Trips to the right, to the field. Birch fakes the ball, looks down the seam, has a man open, and he's hit hard. Ball comes out. No penalty. Good tackle. Good, clean football hit. No penalty on the play by the Wolverines.
Yeah, Matthew Johnson making his presence known. Almost had the interception last play, lays the big hit this time to force a fourth down. And this, for the first time, Gateway is going to send the punter out there, and this is something the Wolverines haven't done yet, so there might be a little confusion out there for legal substitutions. So Woodland Hills has to be set.
So we'll see which team comes up with a big play. Remember, 3 phases of football: offense, defense, special teams.
Yep.
We'll see which phase the Wolverines are able to get it going here.
Yeah.
Play clock was at 0, and looks like they let the Gators get the kickoff anyway. And the ball bounced, goes inside at about the 21-yard line. Rolls dead at the 21-yard line, where the Wolverines will take over.
Yeah, Scoop Smith got a little close to that ball as we heard Peter, 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 which is the universal term for get away from that ball. So little unnecessary risk there, but when you have the playmaking skills of a Scoop Smith, I understand why you would want to try to make a play, as Cam Walter again leads the Wolverines out of the huddle.
So they come out, ball on about the 21-yard line. Looks like the Wolverines come out with trips to the field. Walter in the shotgun formation, flanked by Jones. One receiver down low, Walter back deep to throw the ball, and he hits the receiver right in the hands.
Yeah.
Looks like that was a good throw by Walter. Hit Navon Page there.
He hit Mekhi Palmer on that play. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the pass, but a flag on the play, and that flag was thrown early.
Illegal use of hands by the Wolverines. Going to back them up there.
And that's the second time we've seen this today. They've called a few holding plays real fast, like right after the ball is snapped. So the officials out there might be looking for that.
So the Wolverines are backed up deep there in their own territory. It'll be a first down and about 20 yards to go there. As you have Cam Walter back in the shotgun, you have trips to the field. One receiver down low. Cam rolls out to his right. He throws the ball, has a receiver there. Man, just off the hands of his receiver.
Yeah, Cam rolling out to his right. He's two passes in a row to Mekhi Palmer, and Palmer has been open. Fortunately, he's not able to come down with that ball.
That was a great play, though. Good effort by the Wolverines,
Yeah.
trying to get him away from the rush and get the ball up the sideline to the receiver.
Yeah, if nothing else, that loosens the defense up for Gateway because they know now the Wolverines can throw it deep. Maybe that instead of a 9-man front, you pull back into an 8-man front, and that might give Brandon Jones or Elijah Nesby more room to run.
Yeah, maybe you do a similar play and throw it back and get a screen, you know. So it looks like the handoff up the middle. A short run there by
It was Elijah Nesby on that carry.
Nesby on a carry. Short gain on a play. That's going to bring up a third down and a country mile there, partner.
Yeah, but another cramp for Gateway out there. And you would think that the Woodland Hills players would be the ones cramping, considering they've been on defense a lot longer than Gateway has.
So next opponents for Woodland Hills, partners, Woodland Hills plays at Penn Trafford, and they will not be home until the following week against North Hills.
Yeah, the Wolverines go on the road to face the defending state champion Penn Trafford Warriors. And it's funny, you know, last year the Wolverines were in the Big East Conference. This year they moved to the Northeast. Two of those opponents, Gateway and Penn Trafford. So even though they changed the divisions, Wolverines will still have familiarity with their next two opponents. And you mentioned that North Hills game. That game's 1 year in the making. It was scheduled to be a non-sectional game last year, but unfortunately was canceled due to COVID, and the Wolverines were forced to forfeit said game.
And then up next for the Gators is North Hills and then Murraysville. So big challenges for both teams coming up here and early in the season.
Yeah, we saw Franklin Regional last year. That team is no joke.
So it looks like we're ready for play here. Third down and a country mile for the Wolverines. Walter is back at quarterback. Drops back, has plenty of time, looks deep, he lets it go, throws it up for his receiver, and that's like a punt there. And he throws it up, and it's picked off by the Gators.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Mekhi Palmer, and, you know, it's a lot easier for us to see from up here, but Angelo Reddix was wide open on the opposite side of the field as the defensive backs for the Gators cheated over to Palmer.
Yeah, but that serves just like a punt. You know, you get that out of your end zone and at least get it out close to midfield. So, you know, Wolverines defense just has to show up here, keep the Gators out of the end zone. 3:19 left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the first thought that went through my head is that's just as good, if not better than a punt. And with the way the Wolverines defense is performing in the second half, you know, ever since the turn of the first quarter, you take that chance.
So, partner, look like we got a little quarterback competition here, just like we did down at AccuSure Stadium. And it looks like we'll see who comes out for the Wolverines on top and comes out as a starter for next week. But we'll see. Both guys are having a little bit of trouble. It's not their fault that the line is not able to hold up, but the Wolverines were able to get a little bit more movement there out of that series starting out.
Yeah, and their defense is stepping up as well as Tommy Drake comes down from his safety position to have a loss of 2 on that play as another injury on the field for Gateway, which will bring another officials timeout here, but more importantly gives Woodland Hills a chance to sub in some players in and out. And one of those players that is playing on the defensive line this game is Mawan Rose, and he is the 6'6", 297-pound junior defensive end with Division I offers from Akron and Kent State. So it's good to see him back on the field after last week being unable to play.
So it looks like we're ready for play here. 3 receivers, trips to the right here for Birch is looking deep, has a receiver, and it looks like a pick for the Wolverines. They get a pick there.
Yeah, Matthew Johnson stepping up big for the Wolverines here with his first interception of the season, making big hits. Now he's intercepting the ball. Momentum is on the Wolverines side right now. They just have to get some offense going.
They traded turnovers there on plays. Birch throws an ill-advised pass up. 2 defenders there. Wolverines come away with the pickoff, with the turnover.
You could sense that coming for the Wolverines. They've been close to that interception all night, and the offensive line has really stepped up here in the second half. Cam Walters had a lot of time to throw, and they throw it out to Isaiah Greer.
And he gets the ball out. Cam Walter gets the ball out to his receiver, and he gets ahead for a first down. Great play there. So we'll see if Mr. Walters' neighborhood comes to fruition here. Young fellas in the game trying to make it happen.
And we hear the Wolverines fans, they are to our left. They are getting loud as they sense some good vibes coming from their turquoise and white. But I said Gateway's defense has been loosened up a little bit, so now the Wolverines can just worry about running their offense here.
Walter rolls out, throws the ball, has a receiver. Oh, and a face mask. It looks like he pulled him there. And the Wolverines look like they have a little bit of mo going on, partner. Looks like this backyard rivalry is heating up here.
Yeah, and that pass was thrown out, caught by Scoop Smith, the freshman-to-freshman connection. And Scoop Smith is listed at 5'7". So in order to grab that face mask, you got to reach down, and that was a last resort for the Gators. But the officials are talking about it, so they may pick this flag up.
Had to be a face mask.
It was a face mask.
Had to be a face mask.
So add
the Gator.
Yeah, add 15 yards. It is the personal foul variety, but sometimes when you see the officials talk like that, they say, hey, it looked like a face mask from up here, but hey, maybe down there, maybe it was the front of the jersey. We saw that last night in the backyard brawl. Kanata Mumfield on the punt return before the game-tying drive was clotheslined, but it was legal.
It wasn't called. I can't say it was legal. It looked like he grabbed the chin strap, but I think it was a missed call. It looks like broken play there. Cam takes off. He's going up the sideline. Great improvisation there by the young fella. He tried to hand the ball off, missed the handoff, and took off on a run himself.
Yeah, the high snap and the great composure by the freshman. And we told you he can move a little bit, and it shows you why right there. He got, the snap was high. He was going to run the jet sweep, the Scoop Smith, but he realized nothing there, made one move, realized the near side was open, so he cut it up. Now the Wolverines are cutting their way towards a touchdown.
So that's another first down for the Wolverines, and they are on the move. Handoff. Looks like face mask again. I'm not sure if the ref saw that one, but Walter was under duress there and was taken down, and no flag on the play. It's going to be a loss of about 4 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 14 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's 2 faulty snaps in a row there for the Wolverines, and it sets your offense back a little bit, but you get that snap down, Wolverines moving.
You have 2 wide receivers, top of the screen and at the bottom of the screen. Walter is back, and a pass is dropped. Great throw by the young fella, putting the ball where it had to be. Pass is dropped by number 14.
It's Isaiah Greer with the drop on the play.
Isaiah Greer with the drop on the play, partner. So that brings up a 3rd down and 14 for the Wolverines. They're going to look for making a big play here, and Gateway is going to try to stop them.
So now Wolverines going with 3 receivers at the top of your screen.
See if they threw a little bubble, and they do have a bubble screen. And it's broken up by the Gators for a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, you're at this point, Wolverine coaches up here calling for a deep shot here because, again, just like the last possession, you know, it could be just as good as a punt, or you could even score a touchdown. Who knows?
Nothing to lose here. Throw caution to the wind, partner. Scared money don't win. Scared money don't lose, right?
Exactly.
Scared money don't win.
As we have 1:15 to go here.
Walter is back, throws the ball up, has a receiver open. Oh, just out of his hands.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Isaiah Greer, but like we mentioned, this is loosening the Gators defense up, and the way with the Wolverines is going, you know, you can take chances like that.
So 1 minute and 9 seconds left on the clock. Wolverine drive stalled there, but they showed some promise in that series with a little bit of movement out of that offense. And they are hoping for the defense to stand and buckle up and stand strong and get them the ball back.
Yeah, I said even after that stop, you would still say the momentum is on the Wolverine side here as they start to get that offense moving. Defense playing solid. Let's see if that stands.
So Birch is back at quarterback. His little pistol formation. 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen. Little motion. Hands the ball off to the running back going over the right side. And it's good defense by the Wolverines. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
Yeah, Noah Hutcherson coming from his cornerback and Andre Smith coming in from his linebacker position to make that stop.
So we're at about 50 seconds left to go here, partner, in the 3rd quarter. Things are heating up here. Young fellas inserted into the game. A spark for the Wolverines, and now he needs that defense to get him the ball back. Birch in the pistol, hands the ball off up the middle. Gain of about 5 yards on a play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4 yards for the Wolverines. And I'm pretty sure that'll be the end of this quarter, and the Wolverines won't snap the Gators won't snap the ball again here until the 4th quarter.
I was thinking that as well, and it doesn't seem like it as Don Hall tells one of his coaches to put up the 4, which means they're not even going to risk it, and they're going to give themselves a little bit of extra time to think about it. And Craig, as we mentioned, we said this was going to be a good game, and so far, my friend, it is. Your score after 3 quarters of play, the Gateway Gators 7, the Woodland Hills Wolverines 0. It's on the Roxamore highlights.
once again, you got Cam Walter in the game for Austin Wells, but Austin Wells is such a great athlete. I'd like to see him inserted into the game somewhere, maybe at receiver, even though he's not in that quarterback right now. Get that young man in the game, maybe do a screen pass, throw him the ball from Walter, let him throw the ball.
Yeah, the double screen is open, and Austin Wells is also listed as a stand-up defensive end. He's actually in right now opposite of Cruz McMillan.
That's going to bring up a fourth down there. Great defense by the Wolverines. That's going to bring up a fourth down for the Gators. And it looks like they're keeping their offense out there as they are going to go for it. A fourth down and a long 1 yard to go for the Gators. As they are donning their black and gold, reminiscent of the team on the north side at AccuSure Stadium.
Still a little hard for me to say that name.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they wouldn't have it AccuSure Stadium at Heinz Field and leave Heinz Field there. But it looks like the Gators, they were trying to draw the Wolverines off, and they drew themselves off, and they're going to back up 5 yards there.
Yeah, they always talk about on situations like that to watch the ball. And normally you're not talking about your right tackle, but and Gateway is going to punt. They're bringing their they're bringing their actual punt return on.
Yeah,
they're only making one change. They're bringing, looks to be Isaiah Greer on this time for the punt, but they're keeping their number one defense out there.
Yeah, because they have to watch for the fake. They have to watch for the fake right now.
Yes, that's why they left their defense, their base defense out there, but they changed Matthew Johnson for Isaiah Greer, and Gateway takes their second timeout of the half. So Don Hall might want to talk this one over.
Yeah, the Wolverines have to be ready for the trick plays, and the Gators come out and maybe fake the ball and try to pick up this first down and put it away. So you have to be careful here. Gators, we don't know what they're going to do. They're used to going for it on fourth down anyway. But with the Wolverines finding some success moving the ball with Walter in the game, I'm not sure they want to give him the ball with a real short field like that.
One thing Coach Steve Myers, former player for the Wolverines, has picked up, Malachi Moore, the 6-foot senior tight end for Gateway, was the player that Coach Don Hall was talking to for the Gators. So if they're going to think about running a fake, it might go through him, so that's a player they need to watch out for. But now Woodland Hills keeps their base defense out here, although they do bring on Scoop Smith as an extra punt returner. So if it goes to the left or right, either one of the players is able to receive it.
And it looks like Gateway had a mistake. He's down. The Wolverines are going to get the ball inside the Gator territory deep at the 27-yard line. Big play on special teams there, partner, for the Wolverines. Big mistake by the Gators.
Yeah, I'm not even going to lie to you. I was looking down at the roster to figure something out, and I didn't see what happened. I just heard he's down, he's down.
Yeah, the punt was the snap was low, and the punter went down on one knee trying to catch the hike, the snap from the center, and he actually put his knee down. And in high school football, there's no getting up when you put your knee down. It's over.
That's why you're one of the best in the business, Craig, as the Wolverines come out with easily their best field possession of the night.
Walter is back, and he throws the ball up. Almost. I'm not sure. Walter throws the ball to the corner. It looks like the receiver runs a skinny post. It don't look like they were on the same page in that one, but
no, Sincere Rutherford zigged when he should have zagged, and the Wolverines were lucky that pass was not picked off.
Absolutely.
There were two Gators in the vicinity, but luckily it was overthrown just a little bit, and that could have spelled disaster for the Wolverines.
So it looks like that's going to bring up a second down for the Wolverines, deep, their best field position in this game. Second down.
Yeah, it's early on, but this is definitely four-down territory.
10:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Backyard brawl. Brandon Jones hands the ball, gets the ball over the left side, and gets ahead just back to the line of scrimmage. Definitely four-down territory, partner, here.
Yeah, you don't gotta go to the sticks just yet. If you're able to get 5-6 yards here, set up a much easier 4th down, go for it. Although the one thing in your back pocket, Jacob Mraz, the freshman kicker, does have a very powerful and accurate leg.
Yeah, but the way this game is going, you need a touchdown here.
Absolutely, but that is in your back pocket if you need it.
So
Kind of like a fire hydrant.
Walter is in shotgun, trips to the field. He looks, he has a lot of time, and he dumps the ball off. But there is a flag on the play. Look like Jones is ahead for a first down, but it looks like it's going to come back for a holding on the Wolverines.
Yeah, right away you could tell a holding was coming, especially with the way that play was so slow to develop. So it's going to make it a much longer 3rd down now, but still nice athleticism there by Brandon Jones.
Yeah, maybe the Wolverines should run the same play again to the field, run another screen play, give it to Jones again and give him an open space. Let the defenders come if you can't block them anyway.
Exactly, and that is something to keep in your back pocket. Although, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon Jones was the check down on that play, as Cam Walter had about 4 or 5 other options, went to his check down. But like we mentioned,
so 3rd down and about
it's a lot.
Country mile.
Let's just say 21.
21 or more. Walter is back, throws the ball, has a receiver, and it looks like
that pass was intended for Steven Jenkins. These two hooked up for a long pass in the scrimmage against South Fayette on a similar play like that. And it was very close.
Absolutely. Great play by the young fella trying to get the ball out quick. There was a defender that was unblocked, and he definitely got rid of the ball quick and did not take a sack. So you like to see that out of the young man.
Yeah, Cam Walter, as we mentioned, is a freshman, and he is playing, it's only one game, but he's playing well beyond his years. Woodland Hills gets the play off, although the play clock was dead. Timeout was not granted.
Walter, throw the ball up.
Why are you coming back to the ball? Scramble drill.
So it looks like that was 4th down there. Cam rolled out the pocket, looked for a receiver about as much time as he could, and throws the ball downfield, falls incomplete. Wolverines turn the ball over with 9:36 left to go on the clock.
Yeah, they were handed by the Gators, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. So now they've moved the ball, but they haven't been able to punch it in the end zone since the first drive of the game. And with 9 minutes and 36 seconds to go here, you wonder if Gateway's just going to try to wind the clock down.
So the Wolverines are going to have to be prepared for it. 9:36 on the clock. The Gators come out with 3 wide receivers. Birch is back to pass. It doesn't look like he's trying to salt it away. Throws the ball over the middle. Ball comes loose. I'm not sure about that call. Calling the pass complete. Complete and down. Although the ball comes out, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm confused at. So, I mean, he definitely caught it, but I don't understand. You know, he got up. How, if you're going to call it a catch and call him down, I understand that, but the ball clearly came out.
One thing about it, partner, there's no instant replay here in high school football. Birch is under duress, and it's intercepted there.
And they call roughing the passer on Cruz McMillan after the pick. And I will tell you, the Wolverine coaches up here, they are not happy. And honestly, I don't blame them.
I'm not sure how that could be roughing a passer when he barely got the ball off.
The only thing, I mean, maybe we can check that out on the replay later, but the only thing I think of is if it was into the head.
I didn't see a hit to the head. I saw a clean hit, but he was throwing the ball, so I'm not sure about that call.
And one thing, again, Coach Steve Myers is bringing up is Cruz McMillan did have his body weight on the quarterback, which is one of the rules. But now we do see the officials talking about it.
No, that's definitely not a rule in high school.
It's not a rule?
No,
okay.
it's not a rule.
That's what I
school.
figured.
That's only in the pros. All right, in high school, he's releasing the ball. I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure what's going on, partner. Looks like they're marching a penalty off now against the Wolverines.
So, yeah, what they were doing was they were resetting where the line of scrimmage was to remember it, and then they're going to say, okay, now it's 15 yards. His Gateway is on the move now.
Well, it looks like the Wolverines are going to have to stand up and buckle up and make a play here to get the ball back.
Even though it doesn't count, just a great play by Noah Hutcherson. The play. And Cruz McMillan makes up for it, forces the fumble, but who has it?
Get on the ball, it's the city. Ball on it, Cruz.
And it looks like
City.
the Gators fall on it, but it looks like Birch is under duress right now. I'm not sure. The Wolverines are sending a lot of people at him.
Yeah, Cruz McMillan is in the kitchen of Brad Birch, and I'll tell you what, Birch is getting his cage rattled a little bit. He knows big 6'5" Cruz McMillan coming down from his end position has rattled the junior.
So that's going to bring up a third down for the Gators here as they are going a little bit backwards. So third down and about 15 yards for the Gators here. We're at about under 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Gateway Gators versus the Woodland Hills Wolverines, Western Pennsylvania backyard brawl once again.
I said this last week. For all intents and purposes, these non-sectional games are basically glorified scrimmages. They have no impact whether you make the playoffs or not. All they do is impact your seeding, but it doesn't feel like that out there right now.
Oh, it's definitely bragging rights for these young people as they know each other. First throws the ball away as he didn't have anybody open, and he throws the ball away, and it's going to bring up a fourth down and 15. So we'll see if the Gators actually plan on going for it. Are they going to punt the ball?
Yeah, they're not going to bring out the punt unit. They're not going to play field position game here. Expect the shot, and Birch seems to like the call as he's clapping his hands. So now the Wolverines, if you're on defense, protect the sticks. It looks like they're going to go for verts.
Protect the sticks and bring some heat. Quick kick, like I thought. Good call. I thought it would be a quick kick by the Gators because can't see them giving the Wolverines a short field.
No, absolutely not. And we saw Birch do this earlier in the game, so he does have a nice leg in terms of punting, and he's lucky that ball took the bounce that it did. Anywhere into the end zone, you're looking at maybe a 15, 16-yard change.
So the Wolverines come out with their freshman phenom, Cam Walter, at quarterback, and they're taking over at about the 10-yard line, partner. 7 minutes and 23 seconds left on the clock. And we are in for a barn burner. See if this young man can get his team going and get him down the field. 90 yards for Pater.
It's Woodland Hills Gateway. Did you expect anything else?
Shotgun for Walter. Has a receiver wide open up the middle, and he gets to the head.
That's Sonny McClinton on the reception there.
Sonny McClinton, good spin, pirouette, turn around, up the field, first down, Wolverines.
Yeah, one story I love about Sonny, last year he was on defense, and against Connellsville in the last game, somebody said something to him, and he got real mad. Coach Tim pulled him to the side and said, hey, I need you. Calm down. Sat him out a couple series. He comes back, gets a pick six against Connellsville, and then he gets a pick six next week in the playoffs against Bethel Park.
So it looked like Walter in the backfield. Looks like we have a procedure penalty on the Wolverines. Sonny McClinton, his government is Devon McClinton, but goes by Sonny.
Hey,
do you know what the meaning is behind Sonny?
I do not know the meaning behind that, but I do know that Lanny Fratteri called him Sonny, so that means I can call him Sonny.
All right, so the Wolverines need a little bit more of Sonny to show up right here and night game under the lights at Gateway High School. So that brings up a first down and 15. Walter is back at quarterback. Shotgun formation, trips at the top. He looks to his left, rolls to his right, looks for a receiver, throws the ball, hits him downfield last second. Great pass as a young man kept it alive and made a great throw across his body.
And a great blitz pickup by Brandon Jones there to give Cam Walter more time to throw. And when he let that thing go, I thought he was just throwing it away, but Adam Ghanem was open in the middle of the field for the first down for Woodland Hills with 6:23 to go here in the regulation.
Great job by the young fella. Keep his eyes up the field last second before going out of bounds, found a receiver, and gets the ball away. Walter rolls to his left, throws the ball, gets the ball out to his receiver. He gets up the sideline and gets ahead for a gain of about 5 yards on the play. So it looks like the Wolverines have found something with their freshman quarterback.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, they've pushed him back in the pocket just a little bit to give him a little bit of extra time, and these little short routes are going. If you can dink and dunk your way down the field, it doesn't matter how you get in the end zone. All you got to do is get in that end zone. So
Partner, if you recall, that's what Gateway did on the first drive. They didn't have any big plays. They took the short passes and went all the way down the field and got the ball in for touchdown.
Yeah, there's a negative connotation about the term dink and dunk, but in a situation like this where you got to score a touchdown, who cares how you do it? That running backwards is not going to help.
So it looks like we have a stoppage in play as we have another Gator cramping up on the field. So this is going to be good for the Wolverines. They can talk about their play here, what they want to do on this third down and about 5 yards to go.
Yeah,
I would like to see Brandon Jones get involved in the game. Maybe get that young fella the ball in some space and see if he can break a tackle and get a big play.
Yeah, we saw him on that check down pass getting some big yardage, but it was called back. But one of the other nice things is he may not be contributing on the scoreboard, but one thing he is doing, he is picking up blitzes, giving Cam Walter more time to throw it. Like on that last pass to Adam Ghanem, Brandon Jones had the key block that allowed Cam Walter to have more time to throw it. And even though you're still not on Gateway's side technically, because you're on the 50, this is still 4-down territory.
So looks like the Gators number
and the Wolverines bring out a whole new batch of receivers. You have Mekhi Palmer, Scoop Smith, Isaiah Greer, and Sincere Rutherford out there now in for the Wolverines.
Looks like Baron Valor that came off the field for the Gators. Looks like he's all right, was cramping up. So the Wolverines are back in shotgun. Walter with the ball, has a receiver open, and it goes through his hands, number 14 for the Wolverine. Isaiah Greer took his eye off that pass there. So that brings up a 4th down and 5 yards. Walter was on target with the pass. We'll see what the Wolverines draw up here. So once again, we'll see if the Wolverines can get the ball to the hands of some of their playmakers like Jones. See if they'll get him an opportunity to make a big play. We'll see what they draw up here on this 4th down. This is a big play here with 5 minutes and 46 seconds.
Sometimes you just got to do what you're asked, and if he's asked to block, although they do send him on the wheel route.
Walter is ahead, and it looks like it's going to be a 1st down there.
It looks close. Gateway says no. Woodland Hills says yes. Official says 1st down. This might be a time for the chain gang to come out. And they are going to bring the chains out. And I do think it is going to be short.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the spot there, partner. Looked like he gave, not sure he got a great spot on that. One referee said first down at the top of the field. One at the bottom of the field took the measurement and said, bring the chains out.
Yeah, not often you see the chain gang come out in high school football, but this is going to be, as we mentioned, it's a game of inches, and it's about to be an important one. And from our perspective, it does look short.
Not even close. So, looks like the Wolverines defense is going to have to come up big, where the Gators can put this one away here, partner.
Yeah, but you have to wonder if Brad Birch is still rattled. Cruz McMillan has been in his kitchen all night, especially the last couple drives. So you have to wonder if Gateway's going to go to the more time-consuming ground-based offense here.
I'm not sure about that spot, partner. It looked a lot closer than that from up here.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we are high up on top of the press box, so maybe our view's not the best, but it did appear like when Scoop Smith had that ball, although to his credit, if he would have fallen forward just a little bit, although there was a nice hit on the play to knock him backwards, that could have made all the difference. But now, 5:38 to go, Gators ball, 1st and 10, ball at their own 47. Ball, 1st and 10, ball at their own 47.
So Birch has been active. And you can pretty much assume that the Gators are going to try to put this one away with their ground game.
And I think Woodland Hills senses that they bring Tommy Drake down as an extra linebacker from his safety position.
Handoff up the middle, big hole. 8-yard run, 9 yards on 1st down. A little bit too much there. Too many yards on 1st down for the Wolverines. They're going to have to get a stop here if they want to get the ball back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great play by the Gators there on 1st down.
Yeah,
big play.
Yeah, for all we talk about with the Gateway aerial offense, they've been moving the ball at will on the ground all game, and now they might just run the play clock down to make sure Woodland Hills doesn't get a chance to touch that ball again.
Oh, they're definitely running the play clock down under 10, probably under 5. Birch is good enough of a player to do it. Wide open, 1st down there, run. Reynolds on the run, off the right side, great run.
Yeah, do not expect Gateway to snap that ball before the play clock, which now is at 20 seconds. So you're looking at just under 4 minutes.
Wolverines have 3 timeouts. They're going to have to get a stop here. Looks like a penalty on the play. Was that a late flag on the play?
I know. Looks like another injury on the field.
Looks like a flag is down on the play.
Oh,
there.
I do see the flag now. I was looking at the injured player.
So there's definitely stoppage in play right there for an injured player, but there's also a penalty on the field. So
we've mentioned Woodland Hills with their base 4-2-5 formation, which is 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 cornerbacks. Maybe this time you switch up, maybe go to a 4-3-4 in basketball terms, but a 4-3 in football terms.
Yeah,
bring an extra linebacker in.
Come up with a 5-2, you know what I mean? And, put more people on the front because they're trying to run the ball.
And it's a personal foul face mask on the Wolverines, so give Gateway 15 more yards.
That puts the Gators deep in Wolverine territory with 4:14 left on the clock. So we'll see which team can assert themselves here in the final moments of the game to come out of here with a victory.
Well, Gateway.
So the Wolverines are going to need a big play by their defense, and Gateway has to be conservative with this ball, as they shouldn't be in a hurry to get rid of the ball or even to pass pass the ball. You just run the ball. You are in the red zone. You're on about the 14-yard line with 4:05 left to go on the clock.
Yes, it definitely do not expect Gateway to put this ball in the air at all.
Birch is in a shotgun pistol formation. He has 2 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Letting the clock run down under 10 seconds. He'll probably snap it under 5. Hands the ball off up the middle.
Yeah, I'm looking down at the other end of the field for the play clock. It is obstructed by the band seats. So if you're a Wolverine player, try to see when that play clock gets down to about 5, because you know Gateway's not going to snap it.
2nd down and 5 here for the Gators. We're at about 3 minutes left to go on the clock as they are milking this clock. Birch at about 5 takes the snap, and it looks like the Wolverines stiffen there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and the Wolverines use one of their first timeouts, it looks like.
Yeah, but for Gateway, you're kind of in a good spot here. What you're able to do is you may even have to just run a little quick draw here and get kicker Cole Plaxton on.
Yeah, field goal here would be big. That would be 2 scores and almost amount to an insurmountable lead there with under 3 minutes left to go on the clock.
Yeah, but, you know, Gateway is known for their aerial offense, but the sign of a good team is if you're able to run the ball when you have to. And in a case like this, Gateway has had to run the ball to keep the clock moving, and they've had no issues moving this ball.
So it doesn't matter how you win, partner. You just want to win. Ugly or not, tight game. We expect that in a backyard rivalry with 2 schools so closely related, intertwined with athletes and families that grew up in both areas. And so this is, playing, against guys you grew up with.
Yeah, and a lot of these players, I guarantee, as Birch keeps it with a beautiful RPO, and he's in for the touchdown.
Great tackle there and the lights go out on the field.
Now, this is what they do when they score a touchdown. What they do, usually the sun goes down, they have LED lights here at the stadium, so with that, they don't take too much longer to turn on. So what happens is they're able to turn them on and off for a strobe effect.
So that has to be upsetting for the Wolverines there to have a team turn out the lights on you. I might take that a little personal, partner. So far, with 2:45 left on the clock, you have the Gators up 14-0 over the Wolverines. Here was just 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, but 2:45 is a long time in high school football. Remember, a first down stops the clock. So 2 scores can easily be obtainable with just under 3 minutes on the game clock, although it is a very tall task nonetheless.
Okay, partner. Big problem is you haven't scored all game. You're asking for 2 touchdowns in a minute 45. 2:45. Not impossible, but very, very difficult. Going forward, we will see, ladies and gentlemen, here 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go on the clock. The Wolverines are going to need some big plays here. Special teams and onside kick, maybe, to get back in this. If they can get a score, maybe they can get a big kick return and take it back to the distance and maybe get an onside kick.
Yeah,
possibility.
One change they did make, they exchanged Scoop Smith for Brandon Jones, the big play running back. So they have 3 speedsters out there with Isaiah Greer and Amir Brown joining him as well.
Look
for a potential squib kick here,
From
or
the Gators, yeah.
or just to blast it out of the end zone.
Yeah, squib kick is going to be returnable, and it goes out of bounds there.
That is the best case scenario you could think of aside from a touchdown for the Wolverines. So they're going to get the ball at the 35-yard line to begin this drive.
So 2:45 left to go on the clock, fourth quarter. You are at Gateway High School, Antamarino Stadium, Monroeville, PA. And it looks like the Wolverines are in a deep hole, but an opportunity to make a play here with 2:45 left on the clock, partner.
Yeah, you mentioned Ann Marino Stadium. It's named after their head coach from a long time, Pete Ann Marino, and he led them to a WPIL championship in the 80s, and they've named the beautiful complex here after him.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful field, beautiful facilities. Walter is back at quarterback. He rolls to his left, looks deep. He's looking for a receiver, throws the ball to the sideline. Ball is caught and out of bounds. You're going to have to get a big play here relatively quick. Big chunk plays because the clock is running.
Well, that clock is running. I assume that the tackle was made out of bounds. I was mistaken, and I apologize for that.
Walter back to pass again. He's under duress. He rolls, throws the ball away, and it looks like he's tackled. Jones complete.
Yeah, in a situation like that, if you're Brandon Jones, sometimes it might be better to not catch that ball.
Smack the ball down, but as a playmaker, you know, opportunity, young people want to make a play and try to break a tackle, but in that case, it just didn't happen.
Absolutely, you know, because I'm considering for that, if you break that tackle, you're gone. We're maybe saying something different, and we'd all have a laugh. Speaking of a laugh, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. is a new episode of Season 3 of The Rock Comedy Show. You can get that on any device: Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick. You can stream it, you can watch it. New episodes every Wednesday at 8 o'clock and replays shown throughout the week on all of those platforms.
So once again, we are here at Antamarino Stadium, Monroeville, PA. Gateway Gators versus the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Backyard brawl. Close game most of the game. Wolverines trail by 7. Gators just go in for a score. They're a great quarterback. Goes in for Bradley Church as he's led the team all day. And it looks like a pick here. And this one's going to get out of hand here for the Wolverines as the Gators take one back. Pick 6 back to the house. And once again, the strobe lights go out and the Gators celebrate.
Yeah, Chris Livesey with the pick 6 there on the deflection, and that pretty much turns out the lights for the Wolverines. But a flag is on the field. And you do like to see this. A lot of players for Woodland Hills are going over to Sonny McClinton, who had that ball pop out of his hands, for signs of encouragement. And it looks like this play might be coming back.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on the Roxamore Sports Network football division. High school football. Labor Day weekend. End of the summer, partner, beginning of the fall. Best time in Western Pennsylvania. A little cool in the air. Nice sleeping weather at night. But probably not going to sleep well if you are the Wolverines tonight.
No, because you know you will. So the touchdown will stand after the play. It's unsportsmanlike conduct, and that is against the Gateway Gators. So they will be forced to kick 15 yards back. But Gateway's on for the extra point. But most importantly, that touchdown does stand. And you're right. If you are a Wolverines fan, you are going to sleep a little bit uneasy tonight, knowing you had a couple chances to get back into this game.
Absolutely.
But you also have to look at it from another point. You may have found your starter for the rest of the year in Cam Walter, and he's going to be here for another 4 years.
So one of the things that I would like to see also, partner, but you have great athletes there, so get them all the ball, and we'll see what they do to come back to the drawing board next week and maybe see what they can do at Penn Trafford. That's going to be a tough road game. They're going to have to come out with their best effort.
Yeah, defending state champion Penn Trafford's, although they did lose a lot, they bring a lot back. And you know, in Westmoreland County, those boys are built different. They build them big and strong out there, so that's going to be a good test. But most importantly, Woodland Hills had one of the toughest out-of-conference schedules, especially the first 3 weeks, with York being a power in Pennsylvania, Gateway always a contender for a WPL championship, and we mentioned last year's state champion, Penn Trafford. So after these first 3 games, your schedule starts to slow down a little bit. So you can use these as, you know, your measuring stick, saying, okay, we know we can defeat a team like York. Gateway, you know, on the same level. Okay, it didn't go our way tonight, but, you know, for all intents and purposes, Woodland Hills hung with them for 3.5 quarters.
Oh, absolutely. The score is not going to be indicative of how close this game was. It was close all the way through the end of the fourth quarter, and the Wolverines let it get away from them just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's what happened in the game last year. Woodland Hills was actually leading going.
Lick your wounds and get out of here. I'm not sure what the call is.
It is holding on the Wolverines.
Holding on the Wolverines. They're going to back them up just a little bit. So once again, thank you for joining us this Labor Day weekend. You guys be safe out there. Have a great, safe, happy holiday into the summer. Let's get these kids back into school. Get out and support your kids. Watch them play here live on Roxamore Sports. And I hope you guys have a great year and a great school year and a great fall.
As that pass is incomplete, intended for Amir Brown. You know, one thing I do when I sit in the stands to watch these games is I watch the game live and I'll pull Roxamore up on my phone as my own personal instant replay. So that is a way to support both the student athletes that are on the field and us here at Roxamore.
So Walter is back at quarterback again. As he showed some promise this game, has some plays go awry a little bit, but showed great poise, throwing the ball downfield as he threw that pass deep, looking for his intended receiver. Looks like he comes up a little gimpy there. McClinton comes up a little gimpy, and he heads to the sideline.
Yeah, like Matthew Brooks, the 6'2" senior defensive lineman for Gateway, brought the pressure, but you know, Walter stayed in there, threw a beautiful spiral. One thing he is known for is his deep, tight spiral. If he works on that accuracy a little bit, it could be dangerous for all the WPIAL.
Yeah, he showed great poise for a young freshman to come in the game and really unblocked, get the ball away. Even like right there, he gets hit hard and he's get taken down. Looks like it's going to be roughing the passer there on the Gators. The referees are content with continuing to let this play on, and there's only 1 minute and 18 seconds left to go on the clock.
Yeah, and it may sound like we've been a little harsh on the officials tonight, but we also want to remind our viewers that these officials, as they do call the roughing the passer here, these officials do have a thankless job, and as a matter of fact, we have a referee shortage in the state of Pennsylvania, and one of the talking points last week at the Peach Bowl was some of the games out in the southeast Pennsylvania had to play their games on Thursdays and Saturdays due to a lack of officials. So I know a lot of you out there have said, come on, ref, that's a bad call. I can do it better. Well, now it's time to put up or shut up. Go put those stripes on and let's see how good you can be.
It's definitely a tough job. Walter is back for a pass, looks for his receiver, hits the receiver, and out of bounds for a gain of about 7 yards there on the play.
So that is the freshman to freshman connection, Walter to Smith. And like we said, if they're going to get that chemistry down now, 2 games into their varsity career, how good do you think it's going to be 3 years from now when they're seniors? So that's why you mentioned Woodland Hills fans might sleep a little uneasy tonight, but you could always rest back knowing that the future is bright.
Pass was in the middle there late. Walter tried to squeeze that one up. He was fortunate that that was not picked off.
No, and that's the one nice thing about this. You're down 3 scores. There's only 68 seconds to go here in the game. You can maybe try a little thing. See if I can get away with this. And, okay, I got tight coverage up top. Maybe let's see if I can thread that needle, gain some confidence for later on in the season when these games do start to matter. Because the main thing that's on the line here is bragging rights. And while it sucks to lose it,
little bubble screen there. Gets the ball off. And he makes a person miss and gets taken down there hard.
and Scoop Smith gets enough for the first down there, showing you he's got the moves. That's it. Sometimes you just got to get it to your playmaker in space.
Absolutely. So we are under 1 minute, partner.
And one thing head coach Tim Bossert said in an interview as Walters drops back, he throws it in the end zone. Attempt there by Adam Ghanem. Unfortunately, it falls incomplete. But in the season preview for the Wolverines, head coach Tim Bossert truly believed, he said, give it about 4 games, and you will see Cam Walter and Scoop Smith start making plays. And now that you would expect Cam to start next week, and maybe that opens up Austin Wells to play a little more on defense to get his pass rush game going, but you're seeing Scoop Smith get more playing time on offense. So maybe they work on that chemistry, and when you enter Northeast Conference play, that could be a game changer right then and there.
Walter throws the ball again to the sideline, completes it. We're under 30 seconds here, and we have a stoppage in play. Timeout for the Wolverines is going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
So I actually thought he got the first down on that play. It looked like Mekhi Palmer was able to stretch across that yard marker, but he wasn't. So that brings up a 3rd and 1 with 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And this
fourth
quarter. Yeah. My friend, it has been a long, long week. But you know what will make my week not so long? Is looking forward to the Rock Comedy Show. New episodes every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. on all versions and all streaming platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick. Rumor has it we might even still be streaming on MySpace. And if that's the case, get on any of those devices. New episodes every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Replays throughout the week.
Is he for real? Or check him out
Craig,
on the Rock Comedy Show.
You weren't here for this. When we did the Steel City Kickers, it took me 4 weeks to get that name.
So the Wolverines are back. Walter rolls to the right. He's looking for a receiver, throws the ball back across the field, and it looks like the receiver falls down. I'm not sure that the effort was, he was even sure the ball was coming to him. Maybe he didn't see it till the last moment.
Yeah, Cam Walter, one thing these Wolverines should work on at practice next week, Cam is really good at extending the plays. You remember how one of the former defensive coordinators for the Ravens said, if you're guarding Ben Roethlisberger, wait 5 seconds and then go.
Yeah.
So that's something Woodland Hills needs to start using to their advantage because they know Cam is going to extend the play. So maybe work on maybe add 1 or 2 extra.
Yeah, it's a scramble drill.
Exactly.
I'm sure they work on it in practice. 4th down here. This is it. Walter throws the ball to the end zone. Low, incomplete. That'll do it. Turnover on downs. That'll just put it away, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, expect Gateway just to come out here. But give the Wolverines credit. A hard-fought effort coming off the technically short week, as they had one less day to prepare for this game than Gateway did. But they came out, they kept it competitive the majority of the game.
So that'll do just about it, ladies and gentlemen, here from Antamarino Stadium. Like the Wolverines are going to come up just a bit short to the Gators, 21-0, and it's going to be, the score was not indicative of how close the game was, really. Gateway led by 7 for the most part, 3/4 of the game, and got away from the Wolverines here at the end. Final score, ladies and gentlemen, Gateway Gators 21, Woodland Hills Wolverines 0.
Yeah, Gateway improves to 2-0. Woodland Hills falls to 1-1 as we get the light show. And it's actually cool. You can see on the screen the shadows going left and right as we check out the end of the Roxamore highlights.
Good to see those young people shaking hands. Good hard-fought battle. Great night of football here under the lights. Friday night under the lights.
Yeah, this is
Woodland Hills versus Gateway Gators.
Yeah, so just for our viewers out there, our next football broadcast will be next Friday night as we come to you from Westmoreland County as the Woodland Hills Wolverines take on the defending state champion Penn Trafford Warriors. And that is a special 7:30 kickoff, not the normal 7 o'clock, so it's 7:30. So you got an extra half an hour to prepare out there. And for updates to the schedule, make sure you visit roxamoresports.com or check us out on any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to see updated schedules and see when your team will be performing on the Roxamore Sports Network. But one positive for Woodland Hills here, they showed the effort. They never gave up. They hung with a very tight Gateway Gators team. Expect Gateway to make some noise, and you never know. These two teams could see each other again in the playoffs.
Absolutely. You got new coach helping out with the Wolverine defense, Vontez Miles, ex-NFL player, Woodland Hills standout. Good to see that alumni back on the Wolverine staff helping them out. They came up just a bit short tonight, but great effort by both teams. Mr. Birch is going to have to get the MVP for the game as he pretty much controlled the game on offense. Let his team down for the scores, but he was definitely going to be very successful on the next level. Both of these teams have players that'll play in college as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Brad Birch, checking out the second half replays here. One of the coaches for the Wolverines was really mad at something after that second touchdown, and we know why now. Birch actually went over to Woodland Hills' student section and taunted them. And we know this is a tough rivalry, but you don't want to see stuff like that. And that's not a good look, but remember, these are all just kids.
Yeah, these are all young people. Let them have fun. Let them continue to, enjoy their high school career. Don't be so, we can't be so fixated on what other people do and what they say. It's just fun. These kids are out having clean fun. Great night of football. He's a great young man, and he looks forward to playing on the next level.
So, Craig, your final thoughts for the evening?
Great effort by both teams. Great effort by the Gators. They came out, and we'll see if the Wolverines can come back next week and put out a great effort against this team that they'll be going up against next week. And we will see if Cam Walter, the freshman phenom, will come out and be starting next week. Maybe they'll come up with some plays for the young man, and we'll see a lot better showing on the offensive side. Defense came out and they gave it everything they could for the Wolverines. They just couldn't muster up any points, and it got away from them at the end. But great effort by both teams.
Yes, lots of negatives, lots of positives, but a lot to build off of nonetheless, as we are still early here in September. So, for my colleague Craig Thomas, my name is Michael Costa. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Roxamore Sports Network. For our football fans, we'll see you next week from Westmoreland County as Woodland Hills takes on Penn Trafford in a 7:30 kickoff. For updated schedules, visit the Roxamore website or check us out on any social media platform for an updated schedule. Have a great Labor Day, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Have a good night.